second half.
That makes sense.
So it appears now that Commerce will receive, and they will be defending the south goal. The wind has let up quite a bit, and we might get a report here either from Kevin. Kevin can look it up himself, or we might get it from the studio as to the wind speed. And it's still kicking up a bit, but not anything like it was certainly yesterday and even earlier today.
Oh yeah, there was coming down 50. I saw a shed knocked over.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
On the side of the road,
but it's eased up quite a bit. So the award-winning state championship, we hope, Commerce High School Roaring Tiger Band with the national anthem. Commerce High School Band under the direction of Carol Wallace, and as you know, they did so well in the regional competition here in the past week that they will be going to the state band competition this coming week. That'll be Wednesday at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. First time since 1990 that the Commerce High School Band will be in the state band competition. So that's terrific news. Also, the Commerce High School cross country team had a third place finish at regionals, and they will be going to the state competition next Friday, November 5th in Round Rock, and that starts at 10:30 a.m. Friday morning in Round Rock. Also, Tiger Jr. Elaine Eborn finished 5th in the girls regional meet, and she will be going to the state meet as an individual runner next Friday. So lots of good things going on. Tigers again will get the ball to start the game here. Teed up at the 40-yard line. And we are ready to go. Here is the kickoff. Short kick coming down the 25-yard line, and it is covered well by the Red Raiders, and that is Ray Soto, one of their running backs, that makes the tackle there. The kickoff by Diego Rodriguez. And Tigers first down, going from right to left, starting at the 23-yard line. Kevin said the wind now from the north at about, what'd you say, 7 miles an hour?
Yeah, 4 miles an hour, maybe gusts up to 10 miles an hour. It's normal wind now, not remotely as harsh as it has been.
And the Tigers moving into that light wind here in the first quarter. Moving from right to left to the north end zone at A&M Commerce Memorial Stadium and Ernest Hawkins Field. And we see on the first play here, Deshaun Jackson there in the Wildcat formation. And he takes the snap, and he is run down from behind on that first play.
Yeah, they reached him from behind, got into the backfield. I think it was
Logan Baker made that tackle.
Logan Baker gets in there, takes him down at the line of scrimmage. He was not able to, maybe a 1 yard gain on this for Deshaun Jackson.
You give him 1 yard, so second down and 9 at the 23-yard line. Deshaun Jackson, who had the phenomenal game last week for Commerce against Raines. Again, he takes the snap. He's going left, looking for a block, cuts it back, and now crosses the line of scrimmage. But again, the Red Raiders did a great job of containing him there.
Yeah, they did. He got back. It looked like he'd go down for a loss. He manages to work that upfield and get about 4 yards on the carry, bringing up a manageable 3rd and 4, maybe 5 here.
Gets to the 28-yard line. Linebacker Angel Hernandez makes the tackle for the Red Raiders. So this is 3rd and 4 from the 28-yard line. First possession of the ball game for either team. Tigers with the football to start the ball game. Andy Jenkins out over the football at center for Commerce. Man in motion. And the fake goes to Ashton Seal, and then it is Deshaun Jackson who is caught near the line of scrimmage there, Kevin, and so no gain on that play. And it is now 4th down and 4. Have to give Winnsboro a tremendous amount of credit for defending against Deshaun Jackson on that first series.
Yeah, defense came out, did their job, clamped down on 3rd down, allowed no yards, maybe a small loss, and now Commerce is punting.
Punting for the Tigers, Emmanuel Castillo, and it lands at the 40-yard line and rolls out of bounds. So pretty decent punt into the wind there by Emmanuel Castillo. So Commerce 3 and out on that first series, with Deshaun Jackson carrying all 3 times but not able to pick up the first down.
Now Winnsboro will have pretty decent starting field position at their own 38-yard line.
33-yard punt by Emmanuel Castillo. Winnsboro first down at the 38. Quickly up to the line. And they like to run the football, and on first down they give it to Creighton Klicka over the left side. He has a nice gain out across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, and he darn near busted that for a touchdown. One of his blockers, Lane Lewis, had gotten out there, and they had gone down with the guy he was blocking. As Klicka tried to hurdle him, he kind of clipped his back and fell down and tripped. That was more Klicka tripping over his own guys than it was Commerce bringing him down.
Colt Wilkins out over the football. They run a very tight formation here. And handoff goes to the fullback. And this is Zeb Fulmer, the fullback, up the middle. And he will have the first down going into Commerce territory to the 48-yard line. Zeb Fulmer on the carry. They run a wing tee, or a split tee, if you will. But also they run something called the flex bone, and I think we're about to see it here. But again, very tight formation, 2 tight ends. Handoff goes to Fulmer over the left side. And Fulmer punches down to about the 44-yard line of the Tigers. So this will be 2nd down and 6 for Winnsboro.
Very tight, very smooth. They come out of the huddle, they get under center, set, hike, run the ball. A little bit of misdirection in the backfield, but we're going to see a lot of running from Winnsboro tonight. You just won't be able to tell where.
Kyler Finney is the quarterback. He turns and hands off to Creighton Klicka. And Klicka down to the 40-yard line of the Tigers. He'll be about a yard short of the first down. No score here. 8:17 left to go in the first quarter. Commerce 3 and out on its first possession. This is the first possession for Winnsboro, and they have now moved it from their own 38 to the Commerce 40, and they have a 3rd down and 2.
An offense like this, getting stops at the line of scrimmage are very important because they rely on those 4-yard, 3 and 4-yard runs, and hopefully to break one big.
Finney under center. Pitch back. And they go between the tackles and should have the first down here at about the 35-yard line. And that is Creighton Klicka again for the Red Raiders. First down for Winnsboro at the Commerce 35-yard line. Their quarterback is Kyler Finney. He is the son of head coach Josh Finney. And also his older brother, Caden Finney, is a fullback or tight end and a linebacker on defense. First down and 10 for the Red Raiders. Here we see the flex bone, and here's the toss going wide to Ray Soto, and a great play over on the far side by Carlos Aubrey coming up to force that play and to prevent Klicka from getting outside, and stops him for a loss. Actually, it is a loss of 1 yard. I was going to say for no gain, but stops him for a loss of 1 yard. Back to the 36-yard line. 2nd down 11. Wide out to the near side. Man in motion right to left. Give it to the wing back, and tough going there on that 2nd down 11 play, and that is Creighton Klicka again, who's back to the original line of scrimmage, the 35-yard line. So here is Third down and long. And they say he did not quite make it back to the line, so we'll still say this is third down 11 for Winnsboro.
And this is exactly what you needed. They tried that sweep out wide. Commerce was all over it. Got the good tackle on the sideline. Sent him back, then stopped him at the line there.
Kyler Finney hands off to Klicka. Left side, Klicka. Pretty good gain down to about the 29-yard line, but it's still going to leave him with a fourth down here.
Yeah, you really needed to stop him, though. It'll be fourth, but it's a more manageable fourth. You wanted to stop him after 3, maybe 4 yards on that. He winds up getting 6. It's 4th and 4. They're definitely going to be going for this.
4th and 4 at the Commerce 29-yard line. They move left to right. Ball on the far hash mark. Kyler Finney under center. Tight formation. 2 tight ends. 3 backs in the backfield. And a handoff straight ahead. And they will get the first down. And on the carry, this is Caden Finney, who gets down to the 21-yard line for a first down. It's a gain of 8 yards. And the Winnsboro Red Raiders on the march here. Caden Finney, the older brother of Kyler Finney, lined up at fullback, took the handoff, plunged straight ahead. Gain of 8 yards on that 4th and 4. Here they come again. Kyler Finney under center. Pitch back to Klicka. Klicka over the left side to about the 14-yard line of the Tigers. Henry Serrano made the tackle for Commerce there. Serrano with 53 tackles coming into the ballgame. Tiger junior defensive end. So that's a gain of 7 yards, and this is second down and 3. Winnsboro tough to stop on this opening drive. Here they come up to the line. Finney under center. Handoff. Whistles.
I think the refs ran out of breath there. This quick offense, it's all runs, but they are hurrying up. It's very fast pace, and right here it catches them. One of the downsides of fast pace is you tend to draw a lot of false start penalties. They get one right there.
5-yard penalty against Winnsboro pushes them back to the 19-yard line. This is second down and 7. Keep it on the ground. This is Kyler Finney, the quarterback. On the keeper going outside, crosses the 15, out of bounds over on the far side around the 14-yard line.
Gadlin on the tackle.
Dre Gadlin for the Tigers. Also I see Ashton Seal over there. This is going to be a 3rd and 1 for Winnsboro at the 13-yard line of the Tigers.
He winds up getting the 5 yards back from the false start.
3rd and a long 1. Man in motion, right to left. Handoff goes up the middle to the fullback. Dive play, and he should have the first down there.
First down for the Red Raiders.
That was Caden Finney again, and it's a 1st and goal for Winnsboro just inside the 10-yard line. 12th play of the drive coming up. Started at the Winnsboro 38-yard line after the Commerce punt. You see the flex bone look here. 2 wing backs and a fullback up close to the line. Handoff again, goes to the fullback straight ahead, close to the goal line, and that is a touchdown for Winnsboro.
Zeb Fulmer on the carry there.
Zeb Fulmer with the touchdown, and that was a very impressive drive.
Yes, it
By
was.
the Winnsboro Red Raiders. Very efficient. Extra point to come. Winnsboro takes the 6-0 lead. 3:58 left to go in the first quarter. Snap. And the kick is good by Diego Rodriguez, and it's a 7-0 Winnsboro lead. 3:58 left to go first quarter. This is Commerce Tigers football at 88-9.
Programming on KTR is made possible by listeners like you and by Cypress Bank. Managers Eddie Smith and Robin Alexander are available to assist with deposit and credit needs at the Commerce branch. Other branch locations include Mount Pleasant, Lone Star, and Pittsburgh. More information at cypressbanktx.com. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
In the second quarter, Rockwall Heath Hawks are leading the Tiger Legacy Red Raiders 14-7. Somewhere in the second already, Rockwall Yellow Jackets are already leading the Mesquite Horn Jaguars 21-0. Right now, the Forney Jackrabbits are out in front of the Sulphur Springs Wildcats 3-0 with 8 minutes left to go in the first. Sunnyvale Raiders are leading Wills Point 7-0 with 9 minutes in the first. And Cattle Mills Foxes out in front of the Quinlan Ford Panthers 7-0 with 10 minutes left to go in the first. Back to John, Mark, and Kevin at Memorial Stadium in Commerce, guys.
It's a 62-yard, 12-play drive for the Winnsboro Red Raiders. Here's the kickoff by Rodriguez, punches it, and will be taken at the 23-yard line on the return here for the Commerce Tigers. Nice return out across the 40.
Isaiah Simon.
And that is Isaiah Simon on the return for the Commerce Tigers. So, Kevin, you said it was a 6-minute drive about?
6 minute, 2 seconds. Winnsboro got the ball with 10 minutes left in the first quarter, scored, and with 3:58 left in the first quarter. 6 minutes, 2 seconds, 12 plays, 62 yards, touchdown.
Did not pass on the drive.
No.
Zeb Fulmer, 10-yard touchdown run. And just as impressive was the Winnsboro defense on the first series by Commerce. 3 and out. Let's see if the Tigers go with the Wildcat again. Oh, this is Darren Beal in there at quarterback now. Beal handing off. And this is Isaiah Simon. Simon going nowhere. Isaiah Simon caught perhaps for a loss. Yes, a loss of a yard back to the 42-yard line. The Winnsboro defense has been swarming the first 4 plays from scrimmage. Second down, 11. Andy Jenkins out over the football for Commerce. Darren Beal in the shotgun with a pistol look, and Beal faking to Simon, passing, and incomplete. Looks like he was hit as he threw. The ball kind of fluttered harmlessly to the turf there, intended for Dre Gadlin.
Under a lot of pressure, he let it loose, and it just kind of fell incomplete there. Dying duck died at the linebacker level.
Commerce offense sputtering as the game begins here. Tigers trailing 7-0. Play action. Beal passing over the middle, in and out of the hands of Deshaun Jackson at midfield.
Deshaun Jackson hits his hands. He misses, falls incomplete. He stops, looks down at his hands as if to say, "How could you? How could you?"
Jackson lined up in the slot, slanting in from right to left. Darren Beal hit him in the hands, but he could not hold on. So 4th down and 11. And Emmanuel Castillo in to punt again for Commerce at a 33-yard punt on his first effort. There's a little bit of a wind in his face, not too much though. There's the snap. It's a good snap and a good punt away over the head of the return man. This is going to take a terrific Tiger roll inside the 15 to the 10-yard line. Wow. Great punt there by Emmanuel Castillo into the wind, Kevin. Mercy.
Just died, turned sideways at the 10-yard line. Died right there.
That's a 47-yard punt by Emmanuel Castillo. So Winnsboro leading 7-0, 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Red Raiders at their own 10-yard line. They went 62 yards and 12 plays for a touchdown with their first possession. Again, we see the tight formation here. And some misdirection. They give it off to one of their running backs who is out across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Picks up a first down for the Red Raiders.
I think that's Zeb Fulmer once again, picking up 12 yards.
Either Zeb Fulmer or Caden Finney. Zeb Fulmer wears 84, Caden Finney wears 44. If you say it was Zeb Fulmer, I'll accept that. First down, though, at the 21-yard line. Again, they keep it on the ground over the left side. This is the quarterback, Kyler Finney, who keeps it this time. and he is out to the 26-yard line for a gain of, we'll say 4 yards, and it'll be second down and 6 for Winnsboro. Clock rolling with 2:03 left to go in the first quarter. Winnsboro leading 7-0. Lots of time on the play clock. Kyler Finney walking out of the huddle for a moment toward the sideline. Now he's got the play. Colt Wilkins, the center, out over the football. Once they get to the line, they snap it pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
Dive play up the middle. And this is Clicka, Creighton Clicka, who gets out to the 30-yard line for a gain of about 4 yards. Again, they've got that 3rd and 2 here, Kevin, which we saw several times on that first drive.
Changing personnel. Caden Finney going off the field.
Red Raiders moving left to right. Kyler Finney, play action, throw it for the first time, and it is complete in the flat over on the left side. The gain is all the way to midfield and into Commerce territory. And that is Ray Soto who makes the catch. And Soto with a gain to the Commerce 48-yard line. That is 22 yards. First pass we've seen from the Red Raiders.
Yeah, and most of the night, Finney has been lining up in the wide receiver position out there, but they made the substitution, bring Soto in.
Kyler Finney under center, toss to Creighton Clicka. Clicka breaks out and out of bounds at the Commerce 19-yard line as he went off tackle and then took it to the outside and is all the way to the Tiger 19 for a gain of 29 yards. Here they come up to the line on first down from the 19. Toss back to Clicka. Gain is across the 15-yard line down to about the 14-yard line. Deshaun Jackson made the tackle for Commerce. 7th play of the drive coming up. And so far, Commerce has no answer for this slot T offense or flex bone offense being run by the Winnsboro Red Raiders. Man comes out wide to the right side. That's Will Cox. 2 wingbacks. Wingback in motion. From left to right, they hand it off to Soto up the middle. And Soto tripped up after a gain of 2 or 3 yards. And that'll be the end of the first quarter as the gain was down to the 13-yard line of the Commerce Tigers. We'll have a 3rd down and 5 coming up from the 13-yard line. It'll be the start of the second quarter. Winnsboro 7, Commerce nothing. This is Tigers football on 88.9.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KTR comes from Bedco, the Bonham Economic Development Corporation, and the City of Bonham. Bedco has partnered with the Fannin County Workforce Center, offering job and career opportunities. Info at 903-640-0222 or workforcesolutionsTexoma.com.
All right, Rockwall now leading Mesquite Horn. It's 24-6 right now with 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Union Hill Bulldogs leading Fruitvale right now 28-0. At last check, there were 9 minutes left in the second quarter of that game. North Forney and Greenville knotted at 7 with 7 minutes left to go in the first. Right now, Sulphur Springs Wildcats lead the Forney Jackrabbits 7-3 with 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Gilmer, number 2, Gilmer is leading North Lamar 14-0 with 7 minutes left to go in the first. Gunter leading Lone Oak 21-7 with 7 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And the Wolf City Wolves in front of Celeste 7-0. Back to John, Mark, and Kevin in Commerce, guys.
Okay, Jared, thanks. With the second quarter play-by-play, here's Kevin Jeffries.
Boy, that first quarter went by very quick. Winnsboro threatening to score again here as they are at the 13-yard line on 3rd and 5. Here's the snap. Pitch back to the left, to the right. Diving forward. First down. Knocked down around the 2-yard line. Maybe the 1. Flag goes down. This may be a face mask on Commerce, although the line judge on the far side has his hand up pointing in the Winnsboro direction. But as the ball carrier got taken down, I believe that was Soto,
yes,
was the carrier taken down. He was taken down from up around the face mask on Commerce. So half the distance to the goal from the 2-yard line. It'll be at the 1. But Soto with the 11-yard run, they are on 3rd down.
Moses Branch made the tackle for the Tigers, defensive tackle. He may have been the fella who was penalized for the face mask penalty. Really didn't make much difference.
Yeah, saved a touchdown.
At least for the moment.
Winnsboro comes out, handoff, coming around the left side. No, he keeps it, tucks it, touchdown, Winnsboro. Finney with the 1-yard score. Wow, Winnsboro, it's quick. They're running. They're capable of breaking out big plays from this running position. They are crisp, clean, and fast-paced, but I'll tell you what, they are running all kinds of time off this clock. Is the extra point attempt, snap, the kick, it's up, and it's good. Winnsboro takes a 14-0 lead with 11:40 left in the first half. We'll be back with more Tigers football after this on KETR.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KETR comes from Commerce Edward Jones financial advisor Lauren Lattig. Edward Jones can help community members understand how retirement assets fit into a larger retirement picture and develop plans to be retirement goals. Lauren is at 903-246-3480. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
All right, we got Como Picton and Cooper. Cooper leads Como Picton 8-6 with somewhere near the end of the first quarter. Right now, Wolf City leads Celeste 7-0 with 11 minutes left to go in the first. James Bowie Pirates are at the Cumbie Trojans tonight. Both teams at 6 points with 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And the Bowles Hornets lead the Detroit Eagles 14-0 with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Now back to Memorial Stadium with Kevin Jeffries and John Mark Dempsey. Guys.
So Winnsboro takes a lead 14-0 over Commerce.
It's a 90-yard drive, Kevin.
And they got it in the 10 after that wonderful punt by Castillo. Drove it down the field. Here's the kickoff. It's high, it's short, fielded at 31. Coming up the right sideline, to the right, to the left. Miles Boyd looking for room to run, but taken down around the 45-yard line. That's where Commerce will take over.
Tigers so far, Kevin, have run 6 offensive plays. It's been 3 and out twice for Commerce. And the last series, they did not gain a yard.
Yeah.
Actually, they lost a yard on 3 downs. So the offense has got to get going, if nothing else, just to keep the defense off the field.
Commerce coming from the sideline, from their own 45-yard line on the near hash. 2 receivers on each side, pistol formation. Sean Jackson in motion. Sets up in the slot on the far side. 3 receivers on that side now. Winnsboro defense adjusts. Here's the snap. Handoff over the right side. No, Beal going to keep it. Trying to find some room to run. He gets 1 yard. 3rd and 9, Commerce.
Well, he bobbled it. He wanted to hand it off to Isaiah Simon, but he bobbled it and was lucky to catch it midair and then just plunged ahead for the gain.
Well, then
to the
46. Didn't look like he wanted it then. 14-0 Winnsboro. 2nd and 9, Commerce. Man in motion. He gets the handoff. It's to Sean Jackson. Going for the sideline, cutting upfield to the 50. Stiff arm, dragged down around the 48-yard line in Winnsboro territory. Flag flying from way downfield. And I think we may have another face mask, John Mark.
Well, I hope it's not against Deshaun Jackson because, as you said, he did use a stiff arm. Now, if he did that directly into the face mask of the tackler.
And grasped and kept hold.
Right.
Yeah, it would be on him.
Personal foul.
Face mask, Winnsboro.
Okay, good.
So Deshaun Jackson picks up about 6 yards on the carry, then tack on another 15. We'll see where they spot this. It's going to be at the 32-yard line. In Winnsboro territory, Commerce is finally picking up some momentum. First down, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side, far hash mark, pistol formation. Deshaun Jackson in motion, gets the handoff, end around, it's a reverse. Ashton Seal coming to the near side, caught in the backfield, taken down for a huge loss at the 40-yard line. The Red Raiders were not fooled at all on that reverse. Ashton Seal had nowhere to go. He loses about 7 yards on the carry.
Angel Hernandez, Red Raider linebacker, penetrating there. They, as you said, they were not fooled. He had great position, made the tackle for the loss in the backfield.
Be 8 yards. Deshaun Jackson from the Wildcat, swinging to the outside at the 40, trying to cut up. Taken out of bounds after a 3-yard gain. This will be at the 37-yard line. 3rd down and 15.
When was the last time you saw a double reverse work, Kevin? You know, there's a reason to do it from time to time. You know, you think you've got a thing that'll work in that particular situation, but it seems like more often than not, that doesn't work out so well.
So 3rd and 15, 3 receivers near, 1 far. Here's the snap, and off up the middle. Gets to the original line of scrimmage. We'll pick up 5 yards for, I believe, Isaiah Simon.
Right.
Bringing up 4th and 10.
Isaiah Amon made the tackle there for Winnsboro. 4th down play now for Commerce. At least the Tigers have moved the football a little bit here and given their defense, to the extent that some of the guys don't play both ways, a little bit of rest here.
They are going for it. 5 wide receivers on the field. Darren Beal at quarterback in the shotgun. Isaiah Simon in motion. Fake the handoff. Here's the throw to Deshaun Jackson, in and out of his hands again. It was a little bit low as he stopped and turned around. He was in position. It hit one hand as he was going down. Then it hit the turf. He's fighting to have it called a reception, but it looked like it hit the turf from here too. So Commerce is going to turn it over on downs.
Well, they kept the ball for 7 plays that time, moved it from their 45 to the Winnsboro 33-yard line. So that's an improvement. But you hate to see the ball go back over to Winnsboro here, as they have just been merciless with these first 2 drives. A 62-yard drive in 9 plays for a touchdown, and a 90-yard drive in 9 plays for a touchdown.
Commerce has not had a defensive answer for Winnsboro thus far. Has just had the Commerce defense on their heels all game.
This is the first time they've seen this offense, of course, this year, whether you call it the slot T or the flex bone, which is another look that they give you. That's the offense that Army runs, and I think Navy also runs.
The closest, honestly, was Pottsboro, but Pottsboro would break out into the spread fairly often. But Pottsboro did a lot of damage from a wing formation.
It's rare to see a high school quarterback under center these days, but that's exactly what you see with Winnsboro.
Well, Winnsboro coming out with wide receivers split wide. Man in motion. Fakes the handoff. It's taken down in the backfield for a loss. Henry Serrano on the tackle.
Kyler Finney, the quarterback, keeping it that time, and did lose a yard back to the 32-yard line.
Trying to catch Commerce a little bit unawares. Actually, they're going to wind up putting that at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 for Winnsboro. They're burning a little more clock now. Same formation. Ball in the middle of the field. Here's the snap. Takes the handoff. Pitch out to the far side to Klicka. Dodges one tackler. Caught from behind. Then taken down. It's going to pick up about 5 yards on the carry, bringing up a 3rd and 5, maybe a 3rd and 6.
Linebacker Kendrick Greer with the tackle there for the Tigers. He leads Commerce with 102 tackles coming into the ball game tonight. 5-yard gain. So big 3rd down play here for the Commerce defense.
Up to the 3rd and 7. Sorry, to the 37. It is 3rd and 5. False start on Winnsboro. They had a completed pass along the sideline for a 1st down at least as they hurried to the line and snapped it. But they got it a little too quickly. Got that false start. This will be 3rd and 10 for the Red Raiders.
False start could be the best friend of the defense, and that's the case here for Commerce. It puts them back in a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11 situation from the 32. And the Tigers with a chance to get off the field here. Let the offense have another crack at it.
would be their first stop of the game for the Red Raiders. Here's the snap. 3-step drop. Pump fake. Now firing up the far sideline. Overthrown. Looking for his man. I believe it was Hayden Deaton, his favorite receiver. Looking for him down the sideline. He's the guy he hit on the previous play. It might have taken it to the house had not the false start occurred. And as overthrows him that time, 4th down for Winnsboro. Surely they bring out the punt team.
Step-for-step coverage there by Dre Gadlin for Commerce down the sideline. Kyler Finney normally is the punter, and he doesn't usually drop back into deep punt formation, so you'll have to be careful about that. That is the case here. He's only about 6 or 7 yards deep.
Oh, he's going for it. Overthrown. They turn it over.
Wow.
He thought he saw something, but Tyshawn Harris was in coverage on Hayden Deaton. And so he went for the rugby kick going sideways, but then pulled it up to take the throw. But Tyshawn Harris in tight coverage did not let Deaton up for a moment there, and he overthrew him. Had the ball gotten there, maybe Deaton could have fought off Tyshawn Harris, but it was fantastic coverage.
I don't think the Tigers were fooled, and why would you be? You've got your quarterback standing about 6 yards deep.
And many times in those cases, they just say, let the ball go anyway. We don't want to risk anything weird happening. Just cover everything. So Commerce with a fantastic opportunity at the 32-yard line. Here's the snap. Up the middle, going to pick up about 5 yards for the Commerce Tigers, Isaiah Simon.
Zeb Fulmer, linebacker for Winnsboro, making the tackle there, but it's a nice pickup on 1st down for Commerce.
2nd and 5.
Touchdown here, things look much brighter immediately for the Tigers, of course. Down 14-0 with 7:08 left to go in the first half, and the clock is rolling.
We're up to the 28-yard line. Here's the snap. Hand off up the middle. Going to get a 1st down. And a couple more. Isaiah Simon, 7 yards on the carry. Move the chain.
Marquise Ivory and Zeb Fulmer teaming up on the tackle there for the Red Raiders. But the Tigers on the march here, trying to take advantage of that turnover on downs as a result of the fake punt.
14-0, Winnsboro over Commerce. 6:38 left in the first half. This will be the 4th possession of Commerce. Punt, turnover on downs. This is the furthest they've gotten it, almost to the red zone. 3 receivers near, 1 far. Pistol formation. Here's the snap. Handoff. Isaiah Simon once again fighting up the middle. Not going to get far. Kendrick Greer on the carry. So he picks up about 1 yard. Bring up 2nd and 9.
Little bit of a problem in the backfield there as they
hesitation.
Yeah, they collided slightly, and the play didn't quite come off the way it was supposed to.
Wide receivers far on each side. Sean Jackson and Ashton Seal in their respective slots. Deshaun Jackson getting in motion, cutting upfield around the 20, under wraps and taken down at the 19. He almost got free, but the Red Raiders were all over him. 2 yards on the carry, 3rd and 7.
Linebacker Ronald Marita with the tackle. They've done a great job so far of containing Deshaun Jackson.
Yes, and that is not an easy thing to do. Commerce at the 18-yard line, 3rd and 7. 14-0 Winnsboro. On the far hash, Jackson in motion, fakes the handoff, pass over the middle, caught, Ashton Seal, 5-2, touchdown, Commerce! He catches it over the middle, gets slammed, stays on his feet, spun around and dives over the goal line for the 6. Fantastic, amazing catch by Ashton Seal. 18-yard touchdown reception.
And so the Tigers right back in it here, down 14-6 with the extra point to come.
That ball was on the money from Darren Beal. Fakes the handoff to Deshaun Jackson as he's in motion. Pulls it up and just fires it right over the middle. Ashton Seal has to dip a little bit to catch it, but he hauls it in, turns around, and with a great effort. Here's a now block on the extra point. Red Raiders have thought about picking it up, but didn't. So the extra point is blocked. I think Commerce mishandled the snap a little bit. 14-6, Winnsboro over Commerce. 5:13 left in the first half. We'll be back with more Tigers football after this on KETR.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KTR comes from Bedco, the Bonham Economic Development Corporation, and the City of Bonham. Bedco has partnered with the Fannin County Workforce Center, offering job and career opportunities. Info at 903-640-0222 or workforcesolutionsTexoma.com.
I'm a physician.
I am a nurse.
I'm a nurse too, but I'm also a daughter. That's why I got the COVID-19 vaccine.
I got it because I'm a son and a husband.
I got it to protect my community.
It's been proven to be extremely effective against the spread of the virus.
It's been more rigorously tested than any vaccine in history to make sure it's safe.
When we get it, we protect ourselves and our community.
It's your choice. If you have questions, find out more.
Visit AHA.org/vaccine. A message from the American Hospital Association.
Well, here's the extra point again. It's blocked again. It's picked up by Winnsboro. They're going to take it all the way back. There was a penalty on the play. We came back. Winnsboro's going to pick up 2 points, taking it back the other way after blocking the first attempt. We come back. Commerce had a chance to make it happen again. Winnsboro crashes in again, blocks it again, but this time it goes straight backwards. They pick it up, they return it. 2 points, 16-6. Winnsboro over Commerce. Oh, John Mark, that's daggers in the eyes.
Boy, that's tough to take. Isaiah Amon is the guy that ran that back, and he had nobody anywhere close to him with a remote chance of catching him there. They blocked 2 extra points in a row.
Yep, because there was a penalty, and so Commerce got to retry.
Wow. I would love to see that again on video, and I guess I will have a chance at some point. But
yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you can go back and look at it, probably. Hopefully we came back in time. I think we did, just in time to catch that. And we are streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Check us out. Oh, man. Ouch. I was so happy they were going to get another chance.
Go right.
Go for it.
Absolutely, they would get that the extra point there.
Commerce is going to be going for 2 for the rest of the evening, y'all.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the first time that the Tigers have missed an extra point this year.
Here's the kickoff. I believe you are correct. They've missed 2-point conversions.
Yes.
It's fielded around the 23. He's held up, finally taken down around the 26-yard line. It was Ray Soto on the return.
No, actually, as I recall now, last week we had an extra point hit the upright. So.
Oh, yeah.
Against Reigns. Still, Tigers have been very reliable there. In particular, of course, Emmanuel Castillo, the freshman kicker. But that takes a lot of your momentum away, having scored the touchdown, and you're thinking that it's going to be 14-7, but instead it's 16-6.
Especially 2 in a row.
Right. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Winnsboro with the snap, handoff up the middle, left and right, taken down, 5 yards on the carry, 2nd and 5, Raiders. 84, that was Zeb Fulmer on the carry.
Still, you have to take some heart from the fact that the Tigers were able to put together a nice drive, 32-yard drive, after the fake punt went awry for Winnsboro. It gave Commerce the ball in great field position.
Handoff over the right side. He's going to pick up about 3 yards before being pushed backwards. Fulmer, once again, the ball carrier. Bringing up 3rd and 2 for Winnsboro.
Deshaun Jackson, first contact there for Commerce. So we've seen a lot of these 3rd and 2s, I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Breaking the huddle, 3rd and 2. Tight formation. There's a snap, up the middle. Hit at the line of scrimmage, pushed backwards. I think that's Fulmer again.
That's Kendrick Greer made the tackle. Form tackle there for Commerce. Put him on his back.
0 yards on the carry. 4th and 1. I think Winnsboro going to go for it.
Well, in high school football today, a pretty good chance of it.
I mean, on their end zone, they did it last time. We bit them in the butt. But here they come. They going for it on 4th and 1. Plunging forward, falling forward. First down, Winnsboro. Quarterback sneak, safest play in football, gets it done. 4 yards for Finney.
Pick up the first down.
Yeah, 20 or 30 years ago, coach almost surely would punt there. But these days, they don't blink too much at going for it there. Points, I think, are cheap, relatively speaking. We have higher scoring games, and you figure you can get, if you lose 6 points somewhere, you can probably get them back a little bit later.
The way this offense runs, too, they fully expect to be able to get 2 yards a clip. Hand off of the left side. Soto on the Click on the carry. He's going to pick up 4 yards. 2nd and 6.
Kendrick Greer again on the stop for Commerce.
2nd down, 7.
Up to the 41-yard line. 2:36 left in the first half. 16-6 Winnsboro over Commerce. Winnsboro huddling up, breaks the huddle, snaps the ball, runs the ball, picks up, 4 to 6 yards. That's what's been happening. And they've been ending drives with touchdowns. Handoff, Click over the right side. Cuts up the middle, finds some room to run. Breaks across midfield. Finally taken down in Commerce territory after a first down and then a little bit more. Moving the chains, Winnsboro.
Isaiah Simon in on defense. Dragged him down from behind. After he bounced off 3 or 4 Tigers.
11 yards on the carry for Klicka. Make that 12. They get it down to the 47. 150 left in the first half. Handoff up the middle. Fulmer to the left, right, hit. Ball comes out. Commerce is on it. He's going down. The ball squirted out, heading towards Commerce's end zone. But Isaiah Simon, I believe, runs out there and jumps on it.
No, Carlos Aubrey. Who recovered it. Now, Isaiah Simon might have forced the fumble. I don't know. But it's Carlos Aubrey who is on the spot there to make the fumble recovery. Huge break there for Commerce to get the ball back at their own 31-yard line. 1:38 left to go in the half, down 16-6. They have all 3 timeouts.
Down at the 31. Commerce got a chance to make something happen. 1st and 10. Here's a snap. Handoff up the middle. Isaiah Simon cutting to the outside. 40, first down. Out of bounds. 11 yards on the carry. Move the chains, Commerce Tigers.
Way.
Here's a snap. Mix up in the backfield with Kendrick Greer or Isaiah Simon once again. Darren Beal takes off running. Runs sideways at the 45, taking off his feet, then at the 44. That was a mix-up in the backfield. Yeah. He was trying to give the ball to Isaiah Simon. Isaiah Simon wasn't taking it. As Commerce calls a timeout.
Yeah, totally confused there. Somebody was. I don't know if it was Darren Beal or Isaiah Simon or both, but they're lucky they got 2 yards out of that play. Hayden deep with the tackle. The Red Raider defensive halfback. It was, I like to use that old-fashioned term sometime. 1:21 left to go, and the Tigers take their first timeout.
And we're keeping it here. I'll be breaking it in a minute. We'll have the Commerce Tiger band for you at halftime.
And they will be going to San Antonio this next week at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio and competing in the state competition for 3A bands Wednesday morning. I think it's 9:30 when they're playing. But excited about making that trip. First time they've been that far in 30 years. That far being to the state competition.
There's the snap. Fake the handoff. Passing over the middle and dropped in and out of the hands of Dre Gadlin at the 50-yard line. Wouldn't have been a first down, but he might have been able to shake a tackle. Instead, it's incomplete. 3rd and 8 for the Commerce Tigers.
The thing about Winnsboro on defense here in the first half, I've been impressed, and obviously they have contained Deshaun Jackson, who had just the remarkable game last week against Reigns. I think they're very disciplined.
Oh yes,
they maintain position. They're not going to overcommit, and that has helped them contain him.
Miles Boyd with a catch for a first down at midfield, cuts it inside. That should be a first down. It should kill the clock while the chains move.
Well, I think he gave up a yard or so,
Kevin. I don't like the spot, John Mark.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and less than 1. And the Tigers do take a timeout here with 1:02.
No, I think this is the refs.
Are they going to measure?
Calling for a measurement, which is the barest minimum of fair for a first down catch you could ask for.
I thought he had it too, but then he was trying to maneuver for some more yards. I think he may have given up a step there.
Yeah, I thought he shook a hip, but he still had that forward momentum.
So we'll put the glasses on this. They stretch the chains. And, yeah, he's about a foot short.
Just a little short. We'll bring up 4th down.
So no doubt Commerce will go for the first down here. And they still do have their 2 timeouts left.
1:02, 16-6, Winnsboro over Commerce. 2 timeouts, Commerce. They're going to wind this clock pretty quick. Wonder if they're going to wait for Winnsboro to get set.
Tigers will be in the pistol, it looks like.
4th and inches. Handoff. Kendrick Greer's got the first down to the 40, 35, taking off his feet inside the 30-yard line, down to the 28, Kendrick Greer. Punching it through the middle.
And I thought really maybe the umpire got in the way there a little bit, or he might have taken it farther, maybe all the way to the goal line.
Yeah.
But the umpire was doing everything he could do to get out of the way.
Gonna pick up about 17 yards on the carry. Clock stops with the first down. Here's the snap. Beal looking to throw. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for Ashton Seal. Clock will stop. 31 seconds. 2 timeouts Commerce has. Down 16-6 to Winnsboro. Winnsboro gets the ball back to start the second half.
Yep. Good point. Tigers really need to put some points on the board here. 31 seconds left to go in the half.
From the 30-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's the snap. Beal, 3-step drop, looking for a screen pass. Kendrick Greer, it's short. Beal throws it short to him. He had some room to run. He had blockers working near the near sideline. The ball was just thrown short. 3rd and 10. 27 seconds, 16-6, Winnsboro over Commerce.
Obviously, they are not in field goal range yet, but should they gain another 10 yards or so and not pick up the first down, maybe get to the 21-yard line.
Well, I mean, with the way Winnsboro blocked an extra point.
Well, that's something to think about, right? Absolutely. But the wind is a little bit at their back, and it would not be, certainly not a negative factor.
Here's a snap. Beal bootlegging out to the far side, mixing up in the backfield once again. Commerce Tigers bumping into each other. Beal throws it incomplete. 4th down. 22 seconds left in the half. And Beal's coming to the sideline now. Carlos Aubrey is taking his place, but this is going to be a Wildcat formation with Deshaun Jackson.
Yep.
See what they do. Miles Boyd on the far side. Trey Gadlin on the near side. Deshaun Jackson from the 30-yard line. Here's the snap. Running to the far side. Pulls it up to throw, and Ashton Seal has it at the 10-5. Touchdown! Commerce Tigers! Deshaun Jackson, 30 yards to Ashton Seal. You had to feel it coming a little bit after last week. Touchdown, Commerce.
Wow. Second touchdown of the night for Ashton Seal. And the second touchdown pass this season and in as many weeks for Deshaun Jackson. Great call, I think.
Yes.
As Winnsboro was ready for Deshaun Jackson to run it and try to get in the broken field and work his magic, he pulls up and throws it to Ashton Seal. And a nice throw. He was not wide open. It was a good throw.
Winnsboro wasn't completely unaware that could happen, but Seal snuck out. Going for two. Jackson with the direct snap, coming over the near side, cutting it upfield. Gets away from the defense and waltzes in for the 2 points. They can't take Winnsboro's 2 off the board, but they can put 2 of their own up to help make up for it. 14-16. Winnsboro with a 2-point lead over Commerce. 15 seconds left in the half. We'll be back with more Tigers football after this on KETR.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KETR comes from Commerce Edward Jones financial advisor Lauren Lattig. Edward Jones can help community members understand how retirement assets fit into a larger retirement picture and develop plans to be retirement goals. Lauren is at 903-246-3480. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
We're your station 88.9 KTR. A couple quick scores here from the Scoreboard Center. Mineola leads Rains 14-7 with 6 minutes left to go before halftime. Mount Vernon leads Pottsboro 20-7 with 5 minutes to go before the half. Bonham leads Howe 22-13 with 8 minutes left to go before the half. Now back to Kevin and John Mark on the campus of Texas A&M University Commerce Memorial Stadium. Guys?
Thanks, Jared. Commerce recovers a fumble as Winnsboro's driving into their territory and then drives down the field. Capped off with a Deshaun Jackson passing touchdown for the second week in a row. It's a 2-point deficit to Winnsboro as they get the ball at the 20, up to the 25, cutting over across the far side of the field to the 40, taking off his feet around the 44-yard line. Winnsboro with 6 seconds to do something in the half. Will they? We're about to find out. But, John Mark, that was a fantastic effort by the Commerce defense and offense.
Right. Rance Brown with the return there, senior for the Red Raiders. Yeah, that's a 69-yard drive and now 9 plays. Was that a fourth down? That was fourth down, was it not?
4th and 10.
Wow. And put it in the hands of Deshaun Jackson. And basically that looks a lot like the old halfback option.
Yeah.
The Packers and the Cowboys.
It's just run from the Wildcat.
Yeah.
Here's the snap. Pass out to the sideline. Incomplete. 3 seconds left. 16-14 Winnsboro. Winnsboro is trying to make something happen. They do get the ball to start the second half. If they had a miracle play here, then they'd get the ball right back in the third quarter.
Carlos Aubrey recovered that fumble for Commerce, gave the Tigers the football to 31, and the ball went forward quite a bit. I'm not sure who caused the fumble.
I'm not sure either.
But somebody forced that fumble, and then Carlos Aubrey was in the right place at the right time.
Winnsboro in the shotgun. 3-step drop. Looking to fire under pressure, taken down. No, still under wraps, taken down. Carlos Serrano.
Yep.
With the sack at the 40-yard line. And that will take it to the half. Commerce with, I'll tell you what, this 2-point deficit feels like at least a moral victory at this moment.
Yeah,
That's
right.
16-14 to Winnsboro at the half. We'll be right back after a quick break on your station, 88.9 KETR.
Wow.
Support for KETR comes from its members and from Cypress Bank, offering both deposit and loan products, including checking, online banking, ATMs, and the Cypress Check Card. Family financial centers located in Commerce, Mount Pleasant, Pittsburgh, and Lone Star. Equal housing lender and member FDIC. Find more information at cypressbanktx.com.
Is your business ready for digital marketing with 88.9 KETR? Place banner and website ads as well as pre-roll messages on the KETR stream wherever it appears, on the web, on smart speakers and mobile devices. Reach KETR's audience where they are. Email support@ketr.org to learn more.
Ever have a moment when you learn the truth behind a story and it changes how you think about a whole lot of things? I'm Brooke Gladstone from On the Media, and we have that experience every single week. It's kind of a rush. So join us at WNYC Studios On the Media. Sunday afternoon at 3 on 88.9 KETR.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KTR comes from Bedco, the Bonham Economic Development Corporation, and the City of Bonham. Bedco is partnered with the Fannin County Workforce Center, offering job and career opportunities. Info at 903-640-0222 or workforcesolutionsTexoma.com.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Commerce Tigers football brought to you by the Cypress Bank of Commerce, Lauren Laddig with Edward Jones Investments, and the Bonham Economic Development Corporation, Bedco, and the city of Bonham. It's Winnsboro 16, Commerce 14 at halftime, and as Kevin sort of indicated there as we were going out, leaving the first half, you're kind of relieved here to be behind by only 2 points after Winnsboro got off to the start that they did. So Tigers came roaring back there in the second quarter, and it's a ball game now.
It looked scary there with Winnsboro driving down the field, but then Zeb Fulmer gets the ball punched out rather dramatically, too, and then went down the field about 10, maybe 12 yards. Carlos Ombre falls on it, and then Commerce is able to march, but starting to look bad. A couple of miscommunications in the backfield. Darren Beal looking for his receivers, couldn't find them. Was being thrown short, or he was bumping with his own players there as they got down to the 30. So they bring it out, 4th and 10, 15 seconds left. What are you going to do? You're going to put it in Deshaun Jackson's hands. And Winnsboro knows you're going to do that. So they're like, nah, we're going to tackle him. We've been tackling him all night. What's he going to do? Throw the ball? Yep. Yes. He's going to throw the ball. He threw it to Ashton Seal. Boom. Touchdown. Drawing it back in, and that is a great momentum play to take into halftime.
Absolutely, yeah. The only thing that would have been better if it happened on the very last play of the half, but it is darn near did. So, couple of big plays. I think the where they went for the fake punt and it didn't work out. Commerce got the ball, then and went on in to score. That was huge.
Absolutely.
And then the fumble recovery by Carlos Aubrey when it looked like they were driving again. Somebody, I think you're right. I think somebody punched the ball out. It went on down the field. Aubrey picked it up, and Tigers went back the other way, and then they get the touchdown pass from Jackson to Seal. So to recap the scoring very quickly. Winnsboro scored on their first drive, 62 yards in 12 plays. Zeb Fulmer scored on a 10-yard run. And Diego Rodriguez with the extra point to make it 7-0 with 3:58 left to go in the first quarter. Tigers punt. Winnsboro starts at their own 10-yard line, a 47-yard punt by Emmanuel Castillo. Looked great at the time, but then they go 90 yards in 9 plays. And Kyler Finney, the quarterback, scores on a 1-yard run to cap off the drive. Rodriguez again with the extra point, and it's 14-0. Winnsboro with 11:40 left to go in the second quarter. And then came the after Commerce had a possession, Winnsboro has the ball back, and then was the fake punt that we talked about. Tigers started at the Winnsboro 32-yard line, and they went 32 yards in 5 plays. The touchdown there was Darren Beal to Ashton Seal, 18 yards for the touchdown, and that would have been Darren Beal's 12th touchdown pass of the season, by the way, and it is the 3rd touchdown reception for Ashton Seal. And then he would have his 4th later in the half. At that point, 14-6. Then we had, Kevin, 2 consecutive extra points blocked.
Yes.
By Winnsboro.
One was blocked. We went to a break. We thought, but there was a penalty. We came back. Just as we come back from break, they block it again. And this one just bounces in the opposite direction. They catch it in full speed. There's nothing but Red Raiders running down the field with a 2-point football.
Yep. They scored 2 points on the blocked extra point, and then Isaiah Amon returned it. Nobody touched him. 16-6. Then Winnsboro with 5:04 left to go in the second quarter. Winnsboro, of course, then got the ball back. They are driving, but that is where we got the fumble, the forced fumble, and the recovery by Carlos Aubrey at the Commerce 31-yard line. Tigers put together then a drive of 69 yards in 9 plays. It seemed like that drive had sputtered out, 4th and 10.
Yeah.
But that's when they came up with the option pass from Deshaun Jackson to Ashton Seal, 30 yards for the touchdown. And then Deshaun Jackson ran for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, which was a big one, and he had to shake off a tackler to do that. But we shook him off. Once he had kind of free way to waltz into that end zone, was able to do so and get those 2 points.
So it's a 2-point game, 16-14 now at halftime. So we're going to bring you the performance of the state-bound Commerce High School Roaring Tiger Band here in a few minutes.
And they got the pink plumes for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Okay, great. So we want to be sure to allow time for that, and certainly we will. 16-14, Winnsboro at the half. This is Commerce Tigers football on 88.9 KETR.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KETR comes from Commerce Edward Jones financial advisor Lauren Lattig. Edward Jones can help community members understand how retirement assets fit into a larger retirement picture and develop plans to be retirement goals. Lauren is at 903-246-3480. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KTR comes from Bedco, the Bonham Economic Development Corporation, and the City of Bonham. Bedco is partnered with the Fannin County Workforce Center, offering job and career opportunities. Info at 903-640-0222 or workforcesolutionsTexoma.com.
There's nothing spooky about program sponsorship on 88.9 KETR. It's the very best way to reach a huge audience of Northeast Texans with messaging about your business or organization. This fall, get this station's audience talking about you. Email support@ketr.org to learn more.
It's the big Friday night scoreboard program right here on your station, 88.9 KETR. You guys just heard the first half of the competition between the Winnsboro Red Raiders and the Commerce Tigers, where, of course, the score is Winnsboro 16 and Commerce 14. We have a special piece that we're going to air during halftime tonight, and that's going to be an interview with Commerce High School band director Kara Wallace. The Commerce High School Roaring Tiger Band is headed for the UIL State Championships at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio next week. So KETR spoke with the band director, Kara Wallace, about this year's band and their show. So we're going to go ahead and air this exclusive interview right now.
Our show is called The Journey, and it's composed of several different pieces that are just kind of like our audience will be able to hear it and be like, oh, I've heard that before, and just kind of connect with. And we open up with Dies Irae by Verdi, and it's a very powerful opening, which is, it just like brings you in. Our woodwinds have a feature in the first 12 bars, and so you'll get to hear that, and they just run through those notes like it's nothing. And then we go into Ravel's Daphnis and Chloe, which is a very pretty song. We get to play in part 3, in our third part, it's Enterprising Young Man by Giochino. And so that's really exciting because for our Star Trek fans, we just, everybody can connect with that. And this year we've also featured 3 of our all-state soloists. So I have Michael McWhorter on trumpet, Fernando Medrano on trumpet, and Sam Gossett. And they made the all-state band last year during the pandemic. And so this year, that's where they have solos during part 2 of our program, which features Eric Whitaker's Flight of Paradise. We called it The Journey only because last year it was just so tough in teaching. And so when I talked to the kids, I said, let's do every day, we just get better. It doesn't matter the improvement. It could be the marching. It could be the music. It could be turning in your school assignment. It could be all the things. Just every day we improve somehow. And so that's, I think, the biggest step, because we got the section leaders together, the drum majors, at the very beginning of the summer. And I said, what are your goals? And they all decided they just wanted to be a better band, and they wanted to lead the community and change the culture of the school. And they were excited about that. And what I was so proud of as a band director was it wasn't, our goals weren't to make the state band. It wasn't to do that, because I said, okay, so we go to state. What do we do after the first 10 weeks of school then? And nobody wanted that. They just wanted, let's just be the best that we can be. And so as a band director, I was super happy about that. But every day we were able to add halftime staff members to teach percussion and color guard, and with just being able to break down our students and just get some, individual accountability, small group, and then move to the large group, it has just taken off. And I'm happy to say these past few rehearsals, even though we've been playing this music and working on it since August, every day these kids are getting better, and every day it's improving. These kids are just breaking their own glass ceiling, and it's very exciting.
That was Commerce High School Roaring Tiger Band Director Kara Wallace. Once again, the Roaring Tiger Band is headed for the UIL State Championships at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio next week. We're going to go ahead and take one more quick break, and then we'll hopefully have that very same Roaring Tiger Band right here on your station, 88.9 KETR. Stay tuned.
From performers such as Alicia de la Rocha to composers such as Astor Piazzolla, the Latin contribution to classical music has been extensive. Concierto celebrates the rich diversity of Hispanic classical artists every week, in English and in Spanish. I'm Frank Dominguez. Join me for Concierto.
Sunday night from 9 until 11 on KETR.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
It's the big Friday night scoreboard program right here on your station, 88.9 KETR. I'm Ryan Fulkerson, joined in studio by Jared Knight. We're currently awaiting the Roaring Tiger Band to take the field out at, to take Ernest Hawkins Field, even out at Memorial Stadium. Of course, as I already said, joining me in studio is Jared Knight, and it is halftime all across Northeast Texas. Uncharacteristically, tonight the Commerce Tigers managed to catch the early game, it seems, at least for the first 2 quarters of play. But we aren't the only game that's gone to halftime so far. We've even got a final on the scoreboard. It's only 6-man ball though. Yeah,
that one already went. But we do have some final scores that we'll bring you. Some halftime scores that we'll bring you, along with some others as we move along here. I want to jump through some of these scores relatively quickly because we know that as the Winnsboro Band leaves the field here shortly, the Commerce Tigers will take the field. And if you're watching along on the stream, Facebook.com/KETR Radio, or you are at YouTube.com and have searched for KETR Radio, then you'd be able to get to some of these. Our video stream that we're doing tonight, so you'll be able to watch the Commerce Tiger Band, which will be coming up very, very shortly. Some halftime scores from around the region. Number 14, Rockwall leads Mesquite Horn 31-6 at the half. Leverett Chapel leads Campbell Indians tonight 50-0 at halftime. It's halftime in Goldberg, where the Goldberg Bears lead the Fannondale Falcons 30-6. Greenville and North Forney. Greenville's playing host. They're knotted at 14 right now, the Lions and the Falcons at halftime. Farmersville Farmers and the Community Braves are knotted at 7 at halftime. Pleasant Grove over Liberty Ilo. This one relatively low scoring. It's 3-0. Pleasant Grove over Liberty Ilo at halftime. Right now, the Honey Grove Warriors leading the Alba Golden Panthers. It's 13-6 right now in Alba Golden at halftime. In Bowles tonight, Bowles leads Detroit 21-8. It's halftime there as well. Some second quarter scores we still had. Looks like Cooper, the Bulldogs, were leading Como Picton 24-6 with a couple seconds left before halftime. Also, James Bowie was leading Cumbie 14-12 with just a minute to go before halftime. That District 5-3A District 1 games that we follow. Bonham was leading Howe with 2 minutes left to go before halftime, 32-13. The Purple Warriors over the Bulldogs. Looks like Mount Vernon was leading Pottsboro 20-7 with a minute left to go before halftime. And shortly before halftime, Mineola was leading Rains 14-7. 7. That was with 6 minutes left to go. I'm sure that some of these scores have been updated. We're going to continue to do that. And if you follow along again on that old live stream, video live stream, you'll be able to keep up with all that is happening on with as far as the scores that we're following tonight. We're sharing those. So right now, the Commerce Roaring Tiger Band is taking Ernest Hawkins Field at Memorial Stadium in Commerce. We're going to be listening in to the band this evening here on 88.9 KETR as we watch along on Facebook and on YouTube. Again, you can go find those and follow along with us here at 88.9 KETR. That's all on the way. We're going to take a very short break, if that's all right, Ryan, and we'll go right back to the band here in just a moment. This is your station, 88.9 KETR.
Programming on KETR is made possible by listeners like you and by Cypress Bank. Managers Eddie Smith and Robin Alexander are available to assist with deposit and credit needs at the Commerce branch. Other branch locations include Mount Pleasant, Lone Star, and Pittsburgh. More information at cypressbanktx.com, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KETR comes from Commerce Edward Jones financial advisor Lauren Lattig. Edward Jones can help community members understand how retirement assets fit into a larger retirement picture and develop plans to be retirement goals. Lauren is at 903-246-3480. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Congratulations, Sam and Betty. I think there's a picture of being around there like For your halftime enjoyment, the band will be performing our 2021 contest show entitled The Journey. Our featured soloists include color guard soloist Saley Priest, all-state saxophonist Sam Goff, and all-state trumpet players Michael McWhorter and Fernando Medrano. The first segment of our show includes selections from Verdi's Dies Irae. And now, with the sound of excellence, we present your Commerce High School Roaring Tiger Marching Band. Final movement features Enterprising Young Man by Giacchino. And Flight of Paradise. For your kind attention and enjoy the second half of the game. And go Tigers!
Support for 88.9 KETR comes from its listeners and from Texas A&M University Commerce, presenting Main Event Preview Day on Saturday, October 30th. Main Event is an opportunity for prospective students to receive a glimpse into the university experience, discover degree programs, and learn about financial aid and more. Information is at tamuc.edu.
Hey, Kevin, thinking about saving for retirement?
Yeah, but how do I start?
It's easy with Avo, a retirement coach. Let's learn the Avo bet. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
Change up my strategy. Okay.
O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Support for KETR comes from its members and from Cypress Bank, offering both deposit and loan products, including checking, online banking, ATMs, and the Cypress Check Card. Family financial centers located in Commerce, Mount Pleasant, Pittsburgh, and Lone Star. Equal housing lender and member FDIC. Find more information at cypressbanktx.com.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KETR comes from Commerce Edward Jones financial advisor Lauren Laddig. Edward Jones can help community members understand how retirement assets fit into a larger retirement picture and develop plans to be retirement goals. Lauren is at 903-246-3480. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy. Or you, your best man, your worst man. You, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Prediabetes awareness partners. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 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 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes.
Amal is a 9-year-old Syrian girl.
She's very curious. She's a bit mischievous.
Who also happens to be an 11-foot-tall puppet.
Yeah, she's very, very big.
And for months, she's been walking across Europe with an important message.
I hope she gives hope to many people.
Special delivery. That's next time on the TED Radio Hour from NPR.
Saturday morning at 10 on KETR.
Jared Knight here at your station 88.9 KETR. A couple more halftime scores to pass along. North Forney and Greenville knotted at 14 at halftime. Rockwall Heath out in front of Tyler Legacy 35-14. That's a halftime score. Ennis leads Royce City 20-6 at halftime. Community and Farmersville knotted at 7 at halftime. Cattle Mills Foxes in front of the Ford Panthers right now. 21-19 is the halftime score. Sunnyvale leads Wills Point 49-0 at halftime. And Leverage Chapel's leading Campbell 50-0 at halftime. Already in the third quarter, Goldberg leads Fannondale 36-6. That's 7 minutes to go in the third. Now we are going back to John Mark Dempsey and Kevin Jeffries at Memorial Stadium in Commerce. Guys?
Okay, Jared. Oh, we are on video. Is that right? Okay. Yeah. Very good. There we are, by golly. Hi. Have to get used to that. And hope folks are getting the idea. I think people are, that the games are video streaming on Facebook and YouTube. And that's a big change, you know. Yeah. And it's great to be able to go back and see them after the fact. Even.
Absolutely. And to be clear, we haven't been able to do this except for the last 2 years. It has been against UIL rules. They've always, on Friday nights, they've always disallowed any sort of video of the games until after midnight. You know, you could do a tape delay broadcast, but do it to encourage people to go out to the games. But of course, with COVID, encouraging people to go out and spread the plague has been, you want to give people options. Let's put it that way.
I'll be very surprised if it ever goes back the other way.
Yeah. I don't think any schools are going to start complaining about it. Let's put that way.
Anyway, we're glad to be video streaming, and wow, we had an entertaining first half. It looked like it was going to get away from the Tigers there for a while, but they came back strong, scored on their last 2 possessions. And as I said to Kevin during halftime, right now the difference in the game is that blocked extra point returned for 2 points by Winnsboro. Otherwise, we have a tie game.
Yeah. Absolutely. If they kick that extra point, then Winnsboro doesn't do it, and they probably are able to kick it. But like I said, at one point in the first half, I'm not sure we'll see Commerce kicking an extra point in this. Commerce kicks it away. It's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line by Winnsboro. Up to the 20, hit there, shakes one tackler. Gets taken down by a group of tacklers after that around the 24-yard line, and that's where the Red Raiders will take over.
Carlos Aubrey and Moses Branch on the tackle there for the Tigers. Winnsboro ran 34 plays in the first half to 26 for Commerce, and it would have been a lot worse than that at the end of the first quarter. Tigers really kind of got their legs under them there in the second quarter.
Yeah, Winnsboro had it for most of the game. Commerce, for those last 2 drives, maybe had 18 yards of offense. Here's a handoff over the right side. I believe this is Soto. Gets about 6 yards on the carry. 2nd and 4, Winnsboro from their own 30.
Actually, Kevin, I believe that is Zeb Fulmer again.
Zeb Fulmer again. Carry. He was the one with his last carry was a fumble.
Okay, good.
To the line of scrimmage, one receiver out wide. Keeper going around the far side. Commerce in pursuit. Turns it upfield at the sideline. Gets a yard, maybe 2. This will bring up 3rd and short for the Red Raiders.
Linebacker Kendrick Greer out there to force the play for Commerce Tigers, leading tackler on the Tiger team. As we told you in the first half, with 102 tackles coming into the game.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 on their own 32-yard line. As I believe we have a stoppage in play.
There's some kind of conversation going on over there on the far side with the Winnsboro offense all gathered near the sideline. Play clock is not running. Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but each team still showing 3 timeouts. Now the play clock is rolling again.
All right. To the line. Handoff over the left side, punches through, hit by Greer at the first down marker, punches through. That'll move the chains. Klicka with the 3-yard carry on 3rd and 2 for the first down for Winnsboro.
Tigers look like they're responding much more quickly to the Winnsboro run-oriented offense right now, though, than they did in the early part of the game.
Not quite as much room, and it could be, offensive line might be wearing down for Winnsboro too. Although normally offensive line has the advantage. 1st and 10 from the 35. Here's the snap, handoff over right tackle. Plunges up. It's going to get a good carry on this. I think it's Zeb Fulmer once again.
Deshaun Jackson, Tiger strong safety. Had part of that tackle anyway. I think Carlos Serrano there also for Commerce.
8 yards on the carry, 2nd and 2, Winnsboro at their own 43-yard line. 10:21 left in the 3rd quarter, 16-14 Winnsboro. To the line of scrimmage, here's the snap, false start, push them back 5. 2nd and 7, Winnsboro.
I think it was a false start that led to Winnsboro attempting that fake punt in the first half, and that turned out to be a really key play. So the false start, they push you back 5 yards, and now so it's 2nd down and 8 or 7 instead of 2nd down and 2. That can make a big difference.
Especially with a running team like this, where most of the yards are like 4 to 5. Those are the good runs. You lose 5 on that, it's tough. Here's a snap, handoff over right tackle to Zeb Fulmer once again. He's going to get 3, maybe 4 yards on the carry. This will bring up a 3rd and 4 for Winnsboro.
Kendrick Greer again for Commerce. Also, Tiger senior Ashton Seal, who had 2 touchdowns in the first half. Of course, playing both ways.
Breaking the huddle, coming to the line of scrimmage. Big formation. No receivers out wide. Hand off to Click over the left side, left and right, finding a hole up the middle. Gets the first down and more. Penalty flag at the end of the play as he pushes edges into Commerce territory just over midfield.
Deshaun Jackson took his feet out from under him. Let's see what the flag is going to be about.
It's a dead ball foul. Sideline infraction on Commerce. That's what it's going to be, sideline infraction on Commerce. The Commerce coaches were out running out a little too far on the field. So Fulmer is going to get that 10-yard run. Not Fulmer, Klicka.
Was that a warning? Because they didn't walk off any additional yards.
I believe it's a warning.
Now a flag goes down.
Well, Winnsboro not looking near as sharp here early in the second half.
It's a false start against Winnsboro. This first down play from the 50.
And that is the danger in an offense, in the hurry-up offense like that. If you break a huddle, run to the line, snap the ball real quick, and then you're using misdirection, and you often, especially at this level, see a lot of false starts. Winnsboro, as we were talking, very crisp, very clean, very disciplined. We talked about that in the first half. And absolutely right, here early in the second half, not seeing that. So run to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball, toss back to Klicka over the right side, looking for room to run. It's going to pick up about 8 yards on the carry.
Kendrick Greer and Deshaun Jackson teaming up on the tackle for Commerce. Linebacker in the strong safety.
134 yards on 14 carries for Klicka.
2nd down, 8.
It's into Commerce territory to the 47. 8:19 left in the 3rd quarter, 16-14 Winnsboro. Refs allowing substitutions for both teams. Winnsboro coming out. Snap, pitch back, running up the sideline. Out of bounds up the sideline at the first down marker. He cuts inside and takes it up further. Ray Soto with the big run up the sideline. It looked like he was going to be forced out of bounds or step out of bounds right at the first down, but he turned it upfield and got another 20 yards on that.
26 yards on the gain to Ray Soto. One thing I saw in the video of their game last week against Mount Vernon that we're not seeing a lot tonight is they would loop the wingback behind the fullback, and then they would pitch it out to the wingback going wide either to the right or the left. I don't think I've seen that play at all tonight. It's been mostly between the tackles.
Yeah. We also haven't seen Kyler Finney, the quarterback, run much at all. Pitch back to Klicka over the right side. Hurdles a Commerce defender, Carlos Serrano, and then gets taken down after about 4 yards, maybe 5 on the carry. Bringing up second down for Winnsboro into the red zone of Commerce.
Would you say Kendrick Greer on almost every play, but once again, Kendrick Greer there, the inside linebacker, making the stop for Commerce, and Kamarian Edwards helping out on that tackle, the defensive tackle for the Commerce Tigers.
To the 18-yard line. One receiver out wide. Takes the pitch back, handoff to Click on the counter play. To the 10, to the 5. Does he get the edge? He's out of bounds at the 1. Looked like he would have an easy walk into the end zone, but the Commerce defender comes off his block and pushes Klicka out at the 1.
That was Dre Gadlin for Commerce, Tiger cornerback.
Dre Gadlin with the good defensive play. It's at the half-yard line. Wow. Klicka denied.
So another terrific drive here for Winnsboro so far. And they just have to take it another half yard or so for the touchdown. But this started at their own 24-yard line. This is the 10th play of the drive.
They're going to hand this to Klicka. Nope. Finney going to keep it, going to get the touchdown. Make it safe. Winnsboro with the touchdown. Finney on the keeper. That's his second touchdown of the night. Second 1-yard touchdown plunge of the night. Pending the extra points, 22-14. Winnsboro scores on their first drive in the second half. Take over 5 minutes off the clock doing it. Here's the kick. It's up. It looks wide left, and it is. Winnsboro missing it. 22-14, Winnsboro over Commerce. We'll be back with more Tigers football after this on KETR.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KTR comes from Bedco, the Bonham Economic Development Corporation, and the City of Bonham. Bedco has partnered with the Fannin County Workforce Center, offering job and career opportunities. Info at 903-640-0222 or workforcesolutionsTexoma.com.
We're your station 88.9 KTR. A couple of scores to pass along here from the scoreboard center. It looks like Leverett Chapel ended up beating Campbell 56-7. That's a final now, the Lions over the Indians. Third quarter score, Pleasant Grove leads Liberty Ilo 3-0. That's again 12 minutes left to go in the third. At halftime, Mineola leads Range 21-14. Mount Vernon leads Pottsboro 23-7. Again, halftime scores. Back to John, Mark, and Kevin in Commerce, guys.
Winnsboro taking the opening drive of the second half for points, but they missed the extra one. 22-14, Winnsboro over Commerce as they prepare to kick this one off. Here's the approach and the kick. It's high and it's deep. No one back to receive, and it will drop dead at the 4. Oh, it's bobbled around by Isaiah Simon, and he gets hit at the 4-yard line and taken down. Oh, my goodness. The ball's kicked over the heads of the return men, and it just died. It hit the ground and died right there.
Yeah, you might expect it to go ahead and roll on into the end zone, but it certainly did not.
Simon then expected that to happen. It didn't. He went to go pick it up, and he dropped it.
It's just, and that was the other thing, yes, but it was like a tee shot that someone, dropped on the green, and it just had that backspin and just stayed right where it landed.
Well, you can't get a 96-yard touchdown run if you don't start at the 4. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle to Kendrick Greer. Hit at the 5-yard line. Bottled up right there. They'll give him the 6. 2-yard run. 2nd and 8. Commerce.
Yeah, the Tigers really need to respond here. That's a terrific drive to start the second half. A statement by Winnsboro as they go 76 yards in 10 plays for the touchdown. And Commerce needs to come right back. Still a one-score game here because they missed the extra point.
Seal, Jackson, Gadlin on the near side. Boyd on the far side. Greer in the pistol. Here's the snap. Beal keeps it. Play action. Here looking for a man to throw to. Finds a man.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's picked off.
Intercepted. And a touchdown for Winnsboro. And that was a terrific job of Rance Brown just out-fighting the Tiger receiver. I'm not sure who it was, but it was just a matter of who was going to ultimately win the football, and it was Rance Brown.
Yeah, I think that was Deshaun Jackson as Beal tried to find him at the last second. He just cut in front, was able to pick it off, and the whole way in, I think it was Jackson or Seal, were trying to pull that ball out, and that's why I thought the defender was pulling it. But no, and so Winnsboro with the pick six. Wow, here's the extra point attempt. Off the upright. That one doesn't make it either, but Winnsboro puts a quick 12 on the board over Commerce, 28-14. We'll be back with more Tigers football after this on KETR.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KETR comes from Commerce Edward Jones financial advisor Lauren Lattig. Edward Jones can help community members understand how retirement assets fit into a larger retirement picture and develop plans to be retirement goals. Lauren is at 903-246-3480. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Seville Farmers leading the Braves of Community 14-7 with 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Right now, the Catamills Foxes are leading the Ford Panthers still 21-19. There's 11 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Third quarter score, Pleasant Grove now leading Liberty Ilo 10-0 with 6 minutes left to go in the third. Mount Vernon leads Pottsboro 23-7 with 12 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Back to John, Mark, and Kevin in Commerce, guys.
So a kickoff that was just a dagger for Commerce turns in to a baseball bat to the head as Winnsboro gets the pick six as Beal throws the pass under duress. Kick is high, not deep, fielded at the 23, coming up the sideline. Deshaun Jackson hit at the 40, falls forward to about the 42. A decent return for Jackson, and we got fights on the sideline. Well, altercations. Tangled up a little too long on the sideline. Players come up, flags are thrown. We're going to see some penalties on that, one way or another.
Our referee tonight is Jerry Riley. See what he decides here. Static at midfield.
You may see several flags on this one. Hey, it's been at least one game since we've seen any ejections, John Mark.
We had a couple of games where Mount Vernon and who was the Pottsboro? They had a couple of kids ejected in each game.
But no fights that we saw.
Yeah, really, it was now one of them was for targeting.
Yeah.
In the Mount Vernon game.
Okay.
The others, I was not sure exactly what it was that happened.
But it wasn't fighting.
No,
not that we could see, which was odd.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Winnsboro. Now let's see if this might be offsetting.
Nope.
That's going to be a major penalty against the Red Raiders.
That'll put it into Winnsboro territory for Commerce.
Yeah, had the nice return there by Deshaun Jackson anyway that was close to midfield. Now the 15-yard personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct penalty pushes it to the Winnsboro 36-yard line.
Commerce has the ball.
Would have been the 42 in Commerce territory.
All right, Commerce with a chance now. Need to score, down 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points. Looking to make it happen. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Seal and Jackson in the slot on the far side. Here's a snap, handoff coming around the far side. It's Isaiah Simon on the near side. Pick up 3 yards on the carry. Make it 4. 2nd and 6. Commerce.
Linebacker Isaiah Amon, who returned that blocked extra point for 2 points in the first half, made the tackle there. And Winnsboro blocked 2 consecutive extra points, not on different touchdowns, on the same touchdown in the first half.
Jackson in motion. Fake it to him. Throw. Dre Gadlin with the catch at the 25. First down, Commerce. Move the chains.
Marquise Ivory with maybe a touchdown saving tackle there for Winnsboro.
They 14 yards on the catch. Here's the snap. Hand off to Simon, up the middle, cutting to the outside, dragged down at the 20-yard line. That'll be about 5 yards on the carry. Make it 4 for Isaiah Simon.
Sophomore linebacker Ronald Marita dragged him down by the waist. Tigers moving the ball nicely on this drive.
3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Pistol formation. Isaiah Simon behind Beal. Here's the snap. Hand off to Simon. Off right tackle. Cuts up field. Slow going, maybe. No, it's a long yard, but it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
3rd down 4.
Make it 3rd and 4.
Most likely a 4-down situation here, although I think they are in Emmanuel Castillo's field goal range. The American flag now is hanging limp there in the south end zone, so the wind is no longer a factor at all.
Here's a snap. Simon up the middle, off left tackle, up to the 15, falls forward.
Very close.
I think that's a poor snap, a poor spot, John Mark, but they're going to put him about half a yard short of the 1st down marker. So we'll give him 3 yards on that. Looked like he fell forward up to the 14-yard line. They don't give it to him. 4 wide receivers. Man in motion.
Oh, no.
Oh, they're going to get a false start on Commerce. Push them back 5. This will be 4th and 6.
So now you really might think about the field goal, put it to the 25. It'd be a 37-yard field goal. That's pushing it.
28-14, Winnsboro over Commerce, 3:26 left in the 3rd quarter. They got the regular offense out there, 4th and 6 from the 20-yard line. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Beal is shotgun. Kendrick Greer in motion. Here's a snap. Rolls out, throws the ball behind his receiver. He misses it. Commerce turns it over on downs. He had a man. He had him open. Dre Gadlin with the curl route, the slant across the middle. Beal just delivered it slightly behind him, and it pops off one hand of Dre Gadlin as he was reaching for it coming back.
So that false start was just a killer there.
Absolutely.
Had 4th and less than 1 at the 15, pushed him back to the 20 for 4th and 5, 4th and 6. Wow.
That one hurts.
So Winnsboro holding a 14-point lead with 3:05 left to go in the 3rd quarter, 28-14.
Here's a snap. Off left tackle. That is Zeb. Zeb Fulmer once again picking up 6 yards. That's how they do.
Pickup 2nd down 4.
How many passes have they thrown tonight, Kevin?
3. Completed 1. 2 of them were at the end of when they had 6 seconds left at the end of the half. The one real pass they threw was a completion, 22 yards. All right, here's the snap. Here's a pass. Down the sideline. Oh, almost a fantastic single-handed grab by Winnsboro, but just slightly overthrown Ashton Steele in great coverage.
Yeah, Will Wilcox, sophomore receiver, going down the near sideline. Had about half a step on Ashton Steele, but the ball would have had to be perfectly thrown there.
A little play action. That was good coverage by Seal, and Wilcox has about a foot maybe on Seal. He's much taller. Maybe not that much, but here's the snap. Misdirection in the backfield. Handoff to Soto over the right side. He's got the 1st down. Tack on 5 more. Move the chains. Winnsboro up to the 35. 1st down, Red Raiders.
What was that, 3rd and 6?
Yep. Maybe 3rd and 5, but yeah. 21.
Tiger Kamarian Edwards, down lineman, made the stop.
Up to the 35-yard line they come. There's a snap, pitch back. It's a fake reverse. Soto keeps it up the far sideline. Hit by Dre Gadlin, pushed out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry, 2nd and 5. Winnsboro at the 40.
Soto around the right side.
That's one of those plays where the wingback goes in motion behind the formation, and they toss it to him going wide, but then they fake the reverse there on that play. We saw a lot of that on the video of last week's game against Mount Vernon, not nearly as much of that tonight. Against the Tigers, have just been mostly between the tackles.
Receiver coming out to the near side. Spread out wide. Handoff over the left side to Soto once again.
Carlos Aubrey with the tackle for Commerce. Tiger junior linebacker.
Getting another first down up to the 47. 7 yards on the carry. Getting near midfield.
They run a lot of counters where the quarterback will open up to the left and he'll spin around and hand it off going back to the right or vice versa. That's been very effective.
And as opposed to other heavy run teams, they don't actually do a lot of setup in the backfield misdirection. They do counters like that. But they get it to their ball carrier and have him start running it very quickly. Soto again with the pitch out, up the sideline. 13 yards on the carry into Commerce territory down to the 41. Move the chains. Soto having a heck of a game. 72 yards on 8 carries. This is his drive, though. But yeah, the counters they use a lot, but they are quick to get it in their ball carrier's hands and get in a direction.
Yeah,
they're moving. They're not faking this handoff in a bunch of different ways. Zeb Fulmer with the handoff over the right side, busts through 2 tackles, spins. Finally pushed out of bounds, never tackled, down to the 21-yard line. Huge run for Zeb Fulmer. Winnsboro just marching at will down the field.
20 yards on that game. Carlos Aubrey, Tiger linebacker, able to force him out of bounds. But as Kevin said, he ran over 2 or 3 Tigers on the way there.
Got hit and spun and stayed on his feet.
We're down to 1:25 here in the third quarter. Clock is stopped on the first down in the out-of-bounds play.
28-14, Winnsboro over Commerce. 1st and 10 from the 21 of Commerce. Here's a snap, handoff. Zeb Fulmer again, spins. He's got a first down. He's going to be taken down near the first down marker. Might get 11. He's down to the 10-yard line. Yep, 11 yards. Move the chains. 1st and goal from the 10 for Winnsboro.
Ashton Seal on the tackle for Commerce, slow to get up. One of the Tiger seniors playing his final game on this field here tonight. And looks like Commerce taking a timeout.
Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 28-14, Winnsboro over Commerce. 1:15 left in the third quarter. We'll be back after this on KETR.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KETR comes from Commerce Edward Jones financial advisor Lauren Lattig. Edward Jones can help community members understand how retirement assets fit into a larger retirement picture and develop plans to be retirement goals. Lauren is at 903-246-3480. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Here, looks like Rockwall Heath leads Tyler Legacy 42-21. 6 minutes left to go in regulation. Also in the fourth quarter, James Bowie leads Cumbie 28-12. Back to John, Mark, and Kevin in Commerce, guys.
I just needed to get Seal off the field. Incomplete pass out, aimed for Soto on the far side. Winnsboro busted out and tried to get the ball real quick, get a playoff real quick. They did. Incomplete to Soto, wide open. Now, Finney is a better quarterback than what we've seen tonight. He's had some games where he's thrown a lot. Winnsboro doesn't prefer to do that, but
he's a point guard. He is a ball distributor.
Yep.
That's his role.
He does it well.
And by the way, he's the coach's son.
3 steps, fires, complete this time to Soto. Same play, different result. The ball came down a little bit. Soto catches it for a 5-yard gain. 3rd down. Make that a 6-yard gain.
Sacramento Galvan Vargas. Tiger Jr. with the tackle there.
Yeah, 6.
They got to the 4, so 6-yard gain. Big play.
Here's a snap. He's going to keep it. Coming over the right side. Down at the 1. Finney on the keeper.
Finney on the keeper.
Boy. This is the 12th play of the drive, and this is, if they score, will be an 80-yard drive.
I think we may see Finney's third 1-yard touchdown of the night.
Well, he's within about a foot.
4th and 1. Commerce stops them here. They get the ball back. Well, they will have a task ahead of them. Breaking the huddle. Man in motion. That's a touchdown. A handoff to Klicka, and he gets the touchdown. That was sharp. He handed it off, I think, with his left hand and motioned with his right. Klicka gets the touchdown.
Total domination of the third quarter here by Winnsboro. Although the Tigers moved down deep into Winnsboro territory, had it not been for that false start penalty, it might have been a different story.
Coming out to go for 2. Here's a snap, 3-step drop, firing, fade to the back side of the end zone. And it's caught 1 foot in bounds, but the second one wasn't. Hey, that counts in high school. They get the 2. 36-14, Winnsboro over Commerce. We'll be back with more after this on KETR.
For 50 years, listeners like you have made everything you hear from NPR possible. Support us now and for the next 50 years by giving to this station. Here's how.
Just point a browser to KETR.org and then click the donate button at the top of the page. And thanks.
Some scores from the Scoreboard Center. Mineola leads Rains 21-14 at last check. That was a halftime score. Forney out in front of Sulphur Springs 24-14 with 12 minutes left to go in the third. Number 4 Ennis leads Royce City tonight 27-6 with 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Right now Tioga leads Tom Bean 63-0 with 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And right now Mount Vernon is leading Pottsboro 30-7 with 10 minutes left to go in the third. Back to Kevin and John Mark in Commerce, guys.
Thanks, Jared. 2 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Winnsboro 36, Commerce 14, 19 seconds left in the third quarter. And you said it, John Mark. Winnsboro has owned quarter number 3.
The real killer was that interception in return for a touchdown. And Rance Brown just outfought the Tiger receiver for the ball, pass over the middle, and able to return it for the score.
Here's the kickoff. It's high, it's deep. This time it doesn't die at the 5. Touchback for Commerce. They'll take over at the 25.
And that was the other play that killed them after the first touchdown on that first drive of the second half. The kickoff that just died at the 4-yard line, and it was then 2 plays later that Rance Brown got his interception for the touchdown.
Flag on the play, apparently. There's one around midfield along the sideline. And we're going to do it again.
I still haven't seen it.
He picked it up. B here at the 50. He threw a flag. Okay. He picked up the flag.
There was a flag on the play.
Back judge.
I guess that is, yeah. I haven't given that much thought before, but yeah, I guess that is what that means. Our referee tonight is Jerry Riley. The umpire is his son, Jared Riley. Head linesman is James Livingston. The line judge is Nathan Bounds. And I guess the back judge with the B is Norman Graham tonight. They've done a good job.
And it was a false start procedure on Winnsboro. And I guess Commerce elected to have it kicked again.
Yeah, it would have been a touchback, so the Tigers would have had it to 25, which is not terrible, but you know, you'd like better than that. And in high school football, very often you do get much better field position than that on the kickoff. So,
all right, from the 35, Winnsboro going to kick this one again.
I've been impressed with their place kicker here tonight, Diego Rodriguez, except for the fact that they've missed a couple of extra points. But as a kickoff man, he's very good.
Here's the kick. It's high. It's deep. Hits at the 10 and bounces into the end zone. He's got a leg, John Mark. He's got a leg.
Strong leg.
Commerce going to take over at the 25-yard line with 19 seconds left in the third quarter after a little extra drama. Commerce has a big hole to dig out of.
Yeah. What have you got right now statistically for Winnsboro as far as total offense versus Commerce?
387 yards of offense for Winnsboro, 138 yards of offense for Commerce.
That's about right.
Commerce had those two good drives, and that's about it. But here, let's make it 3. Commerce coming out, shifting. The line of scrimmage starting from the 25-yard line. Here's the snap to Beal. Fakes the pitch back. Throwing over the middle. Ashton Seal. And it's incomplete. Just a little bit low. Beal has been off tonight. That one off again. Ashton Seal was there.
Ashton Seal went out of the game on a tackle that he made on that last Winnsboro possession and sat on the bench there for a couple plays. Kind of wondered if we would see him again. And by golly, there he is again out there on offense for the Tigers.
Here's the snap. Hand off to Simon. Up the middle. Cupping to the right. 4 yards on the carry up to the 29-yard line. 3rd down and 6. As we take it to the fourth quarter. Switch ends of the field. Maybe Commerce have a little better luck going the other way. 36-14, Winnsboro over Commerce. As we bring you the fourth quarter after this on KETR.
Programming on KETR is made possible by listeners like you and by Cypress Bank. Managers Eddie Smith and Robin Alexander are available to assist with deposit and credit needs at the Commerce branch. Other branch locations include Mount Pleasant, Lone Star, and Pittsburgh. More information at cypressbanktx.com, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Couple scores from the scoreboard center here in Commerce. Mount Vernon now leads Pottsboro 37-7 with 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Number 2, Gunter Tigers lead the Lone Oak Buffaloes 57-7 with 5 minutes left to go in the third. Honeygrove and Alba Golden still knotted at 13 somewhere late in the third quarter. Right now, Celeste leads Wolf City 30-7 with 8 minutes left to go in the third. Awfully close to the end of regulation. James Bowie leads Cumbie 36-12, and Bowles leads Detroit 34-8 with 8 minutes left to go in regulation. Back to Kevin and John Mark in Commerce, guys.
Okay, Jared, thank you very much. Did you not say that it was Mount Vernon leading Pottsboro 23-7 a while ago?
That's right. Mount Vernon leads Pottsboro 37-7 right now with 7 minutes left in the third.
37-7, and that's the game between the two teams tied for first place in this district. And we start the fourth quarter. Tigers on this 3rd down and 6. The pass over the middle is knocked down. Intended for Miles Boyd from Darren Beal, incomplete, and it is 4th down and 6 for Commerce.
Darn near picked off and going the other way by Shane Tedford.
36-14 Winnsboro. This game was a 16-14 game at halftime. 3 touchdowns by Winnsboro in the third quarter. So the Tigers apparently will punt here. Emmanuel Castillo's had a good night punting.
Watch the fake.
He's in the game, yeah. 4th and 6 from the Commerce 30-yard line. High snap. Ty Hoffman is the snapper tonight because Brody Bauman is out. And another nice punt here by Emmanuel Castillo, punting it away from the return man. And it goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So a very effective punt by the freshman. Off 45 yards. Winnsboro with the football. 26-yard line. They'll be moving left to right to the south end zone. The wind now has almost completely died down, almost no wind at all, which is, I think, good news after the past 2 days. Very cool night, and Kevin may be able to tell us real quickly how cool it is in a moment. But as I was outside at halftime, felt quite cool, and I saw a lot of
58 degrees.
A lot of fans bundled up. Here's a dive play, and that is Zeb Fulmer over the left side up to about the 31-yard line for a gain of 5 yards. You don't have average gain per rush, do you?
Well, Zeb Fulmer just went to 106 on 15 carries. So
How about Winnsboro as a team, if you can get that, because it seems like they're averaging about 5 or 6 yards a carry.
Let me do some math.
In their flex bone offense. Kyler Finney, the quarterback, fakes a handoff, keeps it himself, coming to the near side, and finally goes out of bounds at about the 44-yard line for a gain of 13 yards. Kyler Finney, he's just a sophomore. Had 3 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown in the game against Reigns a couple of weeks ago. Flag down on this play, by the way.
They're getting about 7.5 yards a carry.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
As a team. They've got 364 total rushing yards and 4 touchdowns.
This play is coming back. And being walked off from the 36-yard line. It is against Winnsboro.
It's like holding.
Pushes them back to the 21-yard line. So this is 2nd down and 15 for Winnsboro from the 21-yard line. Again, very tight formation. And Finney passing quickly out to the flat. Pass is complete. And the receiver there was Hayden Deaton. Who had a 2-point conversion earlier in the game. And he steps out of bounds at the 28-yard line for a gain of 7 yards. And now this is 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 for Winnsboro. Leading 36-14, 10:53 to go in the ballgame. Tigers obviously need a stop here. Quickly up to the line. Finney under center. They pitch out, fake the reverse. Sweep coming to the near side, and this is Soto, who steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line, and he will have the first down.
12 more yards for Soto.
12-yard gain.
Check out Soto's carries. -1, 0, 11, 26, 11, 5, 7, 13, 12.
Yeah, Ray Soto. He's a senior. First down, Winnsboro at the 40-yard line. They will line these guys up at the wing back, just outside the tackle or the tight end, then they'll loop them around in motion and pitch it to them. And that's what they did that time.
2 wide receivers.
This time we see I formation look. First time we've seen that. And Finney, the quarterback, Kyler Finney, fakes a handoff, keeps it himself off left tackle into Commerce territory to the 48-yard line. And it's another first down for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, he's going to get 12 yards, but Deshaun Jackson hit him at about 8 and stood him up, started swapping at that ball. Finney did a good job of holding on to it.
Winnsboro is at Pottsboro next week. That'll be an interesting game, the way the Mount Vernon Tigers are handling the Pottsboro Cardinals tonight. I think that'll be a very competitive game. First down, quick drop, and a pass out to Deaton in the flat on the far side. He is wrestled out of bounds by Dre Gadlin for Commerce at the Tiger 34-yard line. Flag down on the play. Illegal shift. Don't see that penalty much.
Not much.
These days, or that symbol anyway.
Yeah.
Illegal shift. I don't know how long it's been since I've seen that.
That's one of those where it's an offensive penalty, but they let the play run. So if defense gets a turnover or something like that, they get to keep it.
Pushes them back to the Winnsboro 47-yard line. They're behind the chains now, 1st and 15. Need to get to the Tiger 39-yard line for the first down. Red Raiders be happy to run some time off the clock here at this point. 2 wingbacks outside the right tackle and a fullback. Now the pass is complete to Wilcox on the right side. Kendrick Greer, the Tiger linebacker, brings him down at the Commerce 35-yard line. And that's another first down for the Winnsboro Red Raiders. 18 yards on the game. First time Will Wilcox, sophomore receiver, has caught a ball tonight, as far as I know.
Yes.
So this drive started at the Winnsboro 26-yard line, now at the Commerce 35-yard line. This is the 7th play of the drive. Again, the I formation here. Play action. Finney back to throw. Deep down the middle and incomplete at the 5-yard line.
Wow. He pulled up on that route, throwing his hands out, trying to get a flag for no reason. Certainly didn't look like there should be a flag.
Hayden Deaton, the intended receiver.
He just, while the ball was still in the air, he just threw his arms out wide like, hey, what's going on, man? What is going on? Just
well, it was
almost picked off.
There was some jockeying going on there, but I think it worked both ways.
Yeah. There was no grabbing or shoving. I mean, and they were both looking at the ball.
Second down,
the most important thing.
Second down and 10, tight formation here, and the handoff to Klicka, who's been very effective for the Red Raiders tonight. And he goes over the left side and is down to the 16-yard line of the Tigers.
3rd and 1.
26, did I say 16? No, 26-yard line, I'm sorry.
I was about to say, wow, that was a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah, I looked down, I thought that didn't sound right.
That's his 18th carry of the night, 165 yards and a touchdown.
Creighton Klicka, senior running back. 3rd and 1 from the 26-yard line. Finney fakes to one back, now gives it to the wing back, and this is Ray Soto coming around from the left side. Soto down the sideline. Steps inside the pylon, touchdown, Winnsboro. Ray Soto, 26-yard touchdown run. And the Red Raiders dominating here in the second half.
Wow. And that was one of those where they actually did have some misdirection in the backfield. He did fake handoffs to two players, finally hands it to Soto coming around. And it created some space in the defense. Soto hit that sideline, went up, was able to avoid tacklers near the goal line.
They'll go for two. Kyler Finney back to throw, passing, slant in, and it is complete for the 2 points, and that goes to Will Wilcox, who made a catch earlier on this drive. 18-yard gain. Now he gets the 2-point conversion. 44-14, Winnsboro. 8:47 to go. This is Tigers football on 88.9.
Hi, Jared Knight with your station, 88.9 KETR. Part of my job here is to work with sponsors to come up with a customized plan just for their marketing needs. It's easy and affordable. Contact me today online at support@ketr.org.
Scores from the scoreboard center. Looks like Greenville leads North Forney 21-14 already in the fourth quarter. Right now, Rockwall Yellow Jackets lead the Mesquite Horn Jaguars 52-20 with 6 minutes left to go in the fourth. Looks like, the Greenville scored. Greenville's 24, North Forney 14 with 7 minutes left to go in regulation. Sulphur Springs and Forney. Forney leads it. The Jackrabbits over the Wildcats 24-21 with 3 minutes left to go in the third. And Mineola leads Rains right now 21-20 with 6 minutes left to go in the third. Back to John, Mark, and Kevin in Commerce, guys.
Hey, John, surprised that Mineola Rains game is as close as it is. 21-20 with Mineola ahead. Tigers play at Mineola next Friday night. Here is the kickoff. And taken at the 29-yard line for Commerce. And this is Isaiah Simon, who's able to get it out to about the 38-yard line for Commerce. Kickoff by Diego Rodriguez. Time he just kind of punched it to the near side, intent to let the Tigers return it from the 30 out to the 38-yard line. A 74-yard drive for Winnsboro in 9 plays. 26-yard touchdown run by Ray Soto, snaking down the near sideline. 2-point conversion pass from Finney to Wilcox. Here's the direct snap now to Deshaun Jackson for Commerce, who's been contained terrifically well by this Winnsboro defense tonight. This time, Jackson able to pick up a few yards for the Tigers out to the 46-yard line. So that's a gain of 7 yards. They kind of set the tone on that first possession for Commerce. The Tigers got the opening kickoff, and they snapped it 3 times to Deshaun Jackson, and they only got about 5 yards. and then had to punt, and then Winnsboro went on that long touchdown drive. You know the rest of the story. Here comes
Carlos
Aubrey on a sweep to the near side, and Aubrey out of bounds as he gets into Winnsboro territory at about the 48-yard line for the first down.
Yeah, now Deshaun Jackson's just in at quarterback. It's in the Wildcat formation. He's just playing quarterback now.
First down for Commerce. Snap to Deshaun Jackson. He is going wide to the right side. Now cutting it back into the secondary. Look out. And he shakes off a tackle. He's still on his feet at the 20. At the 10, he's going to score. Deshaun Jackson for Commerce. We see that magic that he has there for the first time tonight, although he threw a touchdown pass, Kevin, in the first half.
Deshaun Jackson.
49-yard touchdown run.
You cannot stop him. You can only hope to contain him. But you were right, John Mark. They came out early doing the Wildcat with Jackson. He got shut down. I mean, big time. Shut down hard by Winnsboro. Then Commerce just basically kind of went away from it except for that one touchdown pass. But, again, that was on fourth down.
Yeah,
they have been sticking with Beal through that whole thing. Have gone away from Deshaun Jackson.
Snap to Jackson. Now the handoff on this two-point conversion play, and it's going to be good.
Carlos Aubrey
carries it over for Commerce. And so the Tigers have some tricks up their sleeve yet here. And it goes to 44-22. Winnsboro leading with 7:30 left to go in the ballgame. This is Tigers football on 88.9.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KTR comes from Betco in the city of Bonham, with the reminder this Halloween that Fannin County is a zombie-free zone in which to work and to live. Learn about career opportunities at 903-640-0222 or workforcesolutionsTexoma.com.
Some scores from the scoreboard center. Let's see. Ennis leads Royce City 27-13 with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter, with under a minute in the third. The Quinlan Ford Panthers are leading now. The Cattle Mills Foxes 32-28. That's the first lead change this evening, and the Ford Panthers now on top. Sunnyvale leads Wills Point 49-0 with 10 minutes left to go in regulation, and Gilmer is leading North Lamar 49-6, 10 minutes left to go in the game. Now back to Memorial Stadium with John Mark Dempsey and Kevin Jeffries, guys.
Okay, great. The 49-yard touchdown run just moments ago by Deshaun Jackson. That is his 14th touchdown of the season. Carlos Aubrey with the two-point conversion. Here's the kickoff by the Tigers, and it is an onside kick, and it is recovered by Winnsboro at the 47-yard line. It is Shane Tedford able to corral the football for the Red Raiders. That touchdown run, he snapped it directly to Deshaun Jackson, and he read his blockers beautifully. If he can get into the open field, if he can get into a broken field situation, he's just almost impossible to stop. He did a great job of maneuvering and getting past the first tackler or two, and then once that happened, you knew he had a great chance. First down for Winnsboro. Flags and whistles as the ball is snapped. First down from the 47-yard line. This is false start against the Red Raiders.
False start against the Red Raiders. First down 15.
So they're behind the change on a 1st and 15. 7:28 to go. Commerce down by 22. 44-22 here. Tigers on the road to close out the regular season next Friday night at Mineola. Interesting that they're in a dogfight with Raines this evening. Man in motion, the wingback from right to left. Hand off to the fullback up the middle across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. And this is Zeb Fulmer, who's had a big night for the Red Raiders. One of the Tigers slow to get up.
We do have some different personnel. And John Mark, I think Kyler Finney is out.
Okay, we'll check on that as
I think they've subbed him out.
Amanda Heron, the Tiger trainer, out on the field to check on one of the Tigers. This is going to be a 2nd down and 12. Let's send it back to the KUTR studios. This is Commerce Tigers football on 88.9.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KETR comes from Commerce Edward Jones financial advisor Lauren Lattig. Edward Jones can help community members understand how retirement assets fit into a larger retirement picture and develop plans to be retirement goals. Lauren is at 903-246-3480. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Jared Knight here at your station, 88.9 KETR. A couple scores to pass along from the scoreboard center this evening. At last check, Rockwall leads Mesquite Horn 52-13. That had 10 minutes left to go in regulation there in Mesquite this evening. North Forney and Greenville. Greenville leads at 21-14 somewhere there in the fourth quarter. Another fourth quarter score. Rockwall Heath, the Hawks leading the Red Raiders of Tyler Legacy 49-21. With 4 minutes to go in regulation at last check. I'll be trying to bring you these final scores as they roll in. Couple final scores to pass along. Como-Picton and Cooper, the Cooper Bulldogs, win over the Como-Picton School Eagles tonight, 40-12. That is a final score to pass along. Also, out of Alba Golden tonight, the Alba Golden Panthers beat the Warriors of Honeygrove 20-13. That a final score from Alba Golden this evening. The Hornets of Bowles are leading the Detroit Eagles right now 41-16. That's with 2 minutes left to go in the game. Right now, James Bowie Pirates are leading the Cumbie Trojans 36-12 with just a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter. That has been the case for a while. We probably have a score update coming shortly. Celeste Blue Devils now way out in front of the Wolf City Wolves tonight. It's 38-7 with 10 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. The Leonard Tigers out in front of S&S Consolidated Rams 49-14 with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Bonham leads Howe with 11 minutes left to go in regulation. Bonham 60, Howe 21. That's 60-21. Mount Vernon leads Pottsboro 37-7 still with 7 minutes left to go in regulation. Now back to John Mark Dempsey and Kevin Jeffries in Commerce, guys.
Okay, Tiger defensive end Henry Serrano being helped off the field by Amanda Heron and some other folks. And hate to see that. Hope that all is well with Henry. What a great football player and warrior, Henry Serrano. Sweep on this next play. And that is good for a first down. That's the first time we've seen Gunnar Lovelady carrying the football tonight for Winnsboro. New quarterback for Winnsboro, Tristan Samastra. We have struggled with that off air tonight, what we were going to say, and I actually asked one of the Winnsboro coaches. I'll try to Samastra.
Samastrala.
I think you got it on the second or third try. Well, there he goes. There's the quarterback on this first down play from the 42-yard line in Commerce territory.
Oh, I was wrong. That's not him. It's an 18. I don't have an 18. I thought it was 12.
Okay.
12 is. So I just had to pull it. I didn't even try, John Mark. I wasn't throwing you under the bus. I promise.
Tristan Samastra.
But I don't have an 18. That's an 18 out there. Is it not?
Well,
or am I still blind?
Gain, by the way, was to the 34-yard line, so this is second down and 2 for Winnsboro at the 34-yard line. We'll check on it, but yeah, you're right. That's Zeb Fulmer, I know that.
Fumble.
And Zeb Fulmer on a dive close to a first down. Commerce on the recovery, and that is Carlos Serrano, the brother of Henry Serrano, who comes up with the fumble recovery for the Commerce Tigers. That'll be his second fumble recovery of the season.
And that is Zeb Fulmer's second fumble of the night.
Carlos Serrano. One of those Tigers who will be back next year, just a sophomore. Came into the game with 36 tackles, 2 sacks. Now, actually, that is his third fumble recovery. So the Tigers down 44-22, 5:38 to go from the 34-yard line. Snap to Darren Beal, the quarterback. Pass over the middle, in and out of the hands of Dre Gadlin, breaking him from right to left at the 45-yard line. He might have been able to take that a long way if he'd been able to hold on, Kevin.
Yeah, it was good defense, though. Right as the ball got there, the defender comes in and hit him, made some contact, swapped at the ball, made it very difficult. It was a good defensive play.
Tigers moving from right to left. Very little wind. They're going to the north end zone at Memorial Stadium. Now it is
Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson in the Wildcat, and they are ready for him on that particular play, and they bring him down at the 30-yard line for a loss of 4 yards.
That would have been a good one to pull back and throw on.
Jackson had the 49-yard run out of the Wildcat on the last possession, but not that time. Also in the first half, he had the touchdown pass to Darren Beal.
No, Ashton Seal.
That's right, to Ashton Seal, I'm sorry.
This was a bad snap. It fell on the ground. Deshaun Jackson goes down to get it and goes down to one knee. So he's down at the 25.
Yep.
Fourth down.
Not going well. Yeah, that touchdown pass in the first half to Ashton Seal, 29-yard TD pass. That made the game 16-14 with the 2-point conversion by Deshaun Jackson at halftime. But total domination really in the third quarter by Winnsboro. And now this is 4th and 19? Yeah.
30, yes. No.
The 25-yard line. They need to get out to the 39.
Yeah, 4th and 19.
Timeout Commerce.
Tigers take a timeout. 4:48 to go. It is Winnsboro 44, Commerce 22. This is Tigers football on 88.9.
Support for KETR comes from its members and from Cypress Bank, offering both deposit and loan products, including checking, online banking, ATMs, and the Cypress Check Card. Family financial centers located in Commerce, Mount Pleasant, Pittsburgh, and Lone Star. Equal housing lender and member FDIC. Find more information at cypressbanktx.com.
Some fourth quarter scores to pass along. Bonham leads Howe 60-21 with 11 minutes left to go in regulation. Gunner now leads Lone Oak Buffaloes 76-15. That's 76-15 with 5 minutes left to go in regulation. Mount Vernon leads Pottsboro 37-7 with 7 minutes left in the game. Right now in the fourth quarter, the Cattle Mills Foxes 28, the Ford Panthers 32. Now back to John, Mark, and Kevin in Commerce, guys.
4th and 19. Tigers going to go for it from their 25-yard line, setting up a screen pass, and it is complete. But the play now out of bounds to Isaiah Simon at the 30-yard line or thereabouts, and Winnsboro will take over there. So Commerce trailing 44-22. Nothing to lose, really, going for the first down on 4th and 19.
Yeah.
But only able to pick up about 5 yards or so.
I mean, screen pass on 4th and 19. On 3rd and 19.
Well, they've had some success. You know, they've had some success with that screen pass the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, but not on 4th down.
First down for Winnsboro. Handoff right side. That's Ray Soto. And Soto into the secondary and forced out of bounds at the 4-yard line of the Tigers. So that's a 27-yard gain to the 4-yard line. Whew. Winnsboro 44, Commerce 22. 4:34 to go, and now they have first down and goal at the Commerce 4-yard line. Lane Warren out over the football, the center now for Winnsboro. Handoff straight ahead. This is Caden Finney close to the goal line, touchdown. Younger brother, actually the older brother of Kyler Finney, Caden Finney, lined up at fullback, gets the 4-yard touchdown. So 3 touchdowns combined for the Finney boys tonight, the sons of head coach Josh Finney. Score goes to 50-22. Now, if you were listening to the pregame show, we talked with John McSheffrey, Tigers head coach, and he pointed out that the point differential may come into play if teams tie for a playoff spot at the end of the season. So Winnsboro going to go for 2 here. Throwing into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Receiver slanting in from left to right.
2-point conversion, Tigers incomplete.
I do think there is a max. I think there's a 28-point max, but we're not there. So
50-22, Lone Oak with 4:30 to go in the ballgame. This is Tigers football on 88.9.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KTR comes from Bedco, the Bonham Economic Development Corporation, and the City of Bonham. Bedco is partnered with the Fannin County Workforce Center, offering job and career opportunities. Info at 903-640-0222 or workforcesolutionsTexoma.com.
Some final scores rolling into the scoreboard center. Rockwall beats Mesquite Horn tonight 52-26. A final. Another final tonight. Tioga beats Tom Bean 70-0. That final out of Tioga this evening. Gilmer has beaten North Lamar 56-6. A final. Sunnyvale beats Wills Point 49-0. A final score. And James Bowie beats Cumbie tonight 36-12. That final out of Cumbie this evening. Now back to John Mark Dempsey and Kevin Jeffries in Commerce. Guys?
Okay, Jared, thank you very much. It is a 31-yard drive in 2 plays for Winnsboro as they took over at the Tiger 31. Commerce went for the first down on 4th and whatever that was. 19, I think it was.
Yep.
Winnsboro takes over at the Tiger 31. They score in 2 plays. Caden Finney with the 4-yard touchdown run. This kickoff now bounces off the hands of Isaiah Simon, but one of the Tigers there, Ashton Seal, is able to fall on it. However, at the Commerce 18-yard line, so not great field position for the Tigers. 50-22.
Oh, it's starting to hurt, John Mark.
Well, this was a 16-14 game at halftime.
It was beautiful. I mean, it was ugly for a while, but
Tigers fell behind 14-0 early in the ballgame, but came back at a 16-14 game at the half.
And they had some bright moments in the third quarter, but just didn't. Man.
Winnsboro with a 76-yard drive to start the third quarter. So Commerce from the 18-yard line. Darren Beal in at quarterback, hands off to Isaiah Simon. He is hit up the line and actually does not get back to the line. He loses a yard back to the 17-yard line. Tigers do have all of their timeouts here if they want to use them, with 4:06 left to go and the clock running. 50-22 Winnsboro. Complete domination of the second half here by the Red Raiders. And as we say, they are at Pottsboro next week. It'll be a very interesting game. And off to Kendrick Greer, I believe, is in the ball game at running back. Yep, and you heard the whistles. And the Tigers going to be penalized here for a false start back to the 12-yard line.
And that pick six killed Commerce.
Yep, that was a dagger.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll talk about that again in a minute. This is second down and 16. Handoff up the middle. Big hole there for Kendrick Greer, or is this Isaiah Simon? This is Kendrick Greer at the 50. Still on his seat. 40. Cuts back inside the 30 and dragged down from behind at around the 25-yard line. Great run there by Kendrick Greer for Commerce.
Where were they? The 12?
Yep.
12-yard line all the way out to the other 25. Got my wheel. It's 64.
64-yard gain.
63 yards. 63 yards for Kendrick Greer. I think that's his longest of the season.
Now fake to Isaiah Simon, and Beal rolling out to his left, throwing across his body, intended for Miles Boyd, but incomplete at the 10-yard line.
Beal is 4 of 17.
Wow.
With an interception. That pick six.
The interception Kevin was talking about came right after that touchdown that they got on the first drive of the second half. Handoff up the middle of the second down and 10 play from the Winnsboro 25-yard line. Again, it's Isaiah Simon, only about a yard to the 24-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 9. Winnsboro had just scored to go up 22-14. Then they kicked off and pinned the Tigers back at the 4-yard line. And on the second play, Rance Brown stepped in front of the Commerce receiver, kind of outfought him for the ball, really, and able to muscle over the goal line for the touchdown. And that was the play that killed the Tigers. Pass over the middle on this 3rd down and 9 is incomplete at the 5-yard line. Intended for Ashton Seal from Darren Beal, and it's 4th down and 9. Tigers moments ago had a 64-yard run, terrific run by Kendrick Greer, who we know best as a linebacker on the Commerce defense, but he does see some time at running back, and that was a terrific run. Now here's the 4th down and 9 from the 24-yard line. Beal rolling out to his right, and is going to be sacked back at the 33-yard line. Isaiah Amond, senior linebacker, shooting the gap to bring him down at the 32 for a loss of 8 yards. And the Tigers once again give it up on downs here, with 2:17 left to go in the ballgame, and a 50-22 Winnsboro lead.
I mean, at least we had that nice run by Kendrick Greer. I think Commerce has needed him on defense too much this season, or we would have seen him running the ball more.
No doubt. Isaiah Simon, though, is certainly a capable back. There's a quick pass out to the flat on the far side. It is complete, and the gain is inside the Commerce 40-yard line to Christian Samastra, who we have fought bravely to pronounce his name tonight, but still struggling with that. But he gets all the way to the 36-yard line of the Tigers.
Ashton Seal came up and forced a fumble, but it popped out of bounds.
Yeah. It's at 34 yards on the game, I believe that's right. 1st and 10 from the Commerce 36-yard line. Whistles. False start against Winnsboro. Push them back to the 41-yard line. It was a 33-yard gain on that previous play. Now 1st down and 15 from the 41-yard line. In Commerce territory with 1:43 left to go. The clock is rolling. 50-22, Winnsboro on top. Tigers will close out the regular season next Friday night at Mineola. Whistles again. And a timeout taken here by the Red Raiders. Commerce Tigers football on KETR continues after this.
Support for Tigers football on KETR is made possible in part by local Edward Jones advisor Lauren Laddig, serving the investment needs of Northeast Texans from her office at 100 King Plaza, Suite B in Commerce. Lauren is at 903-246-3480. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Some final scores to pass along from the scoreboard center. Mount Vernon has won over Pottsboro. It's 37-14, the final score of the Tigers over the Cardinals tonight. With 6 minutes left to go in regulation, the Bottom Purple Warriors lead the Bulldogs of House 60-27. Right now in Mineola, the Yellow Jackets have a 2-point lead, 28-26, with 8 minutes left to go in regulation play. Ennis leads Royce City 41-20 with 7 minutes left to go in the game. Back to John, Mark, and Kevin in Commerce. Guys?
Kevin, those are very interesting scores. Most of those in Commerce's district. Of course, the main one is Mount Vernon over Pottsboro, 37-14. I thought that would be a much closer game than that.
Yeah.
1st and 15 for Winnsboro from the Commerce 41-yard line. Ball on the far hash mark as they move from left to right. And a dive play up the middle, down to about the 34-yard line.
Whoa, and that's a double foul on the coach's son.
Zeb Fulmer was the ball carrier, and I missed what happened, I suppose, Kevin.
Caden Finney slung a Commerce Tiger down. And then as he was on the ground and got a flag for it, and as he was on the ground, leaned over and was saying something to him clearly, and then jumped up, obviously still saying something. The ref threw his hat at that point.
See that.
To flag him again. That's the coach's son. Whew, that's going to be a long ride home.
It's been a little chippy at times here tonight.
Yeah.
Still waiting to see a signal as to what the penalty will be. I'm not sure if the play is going to count. Fulmer carried the ball for Raines, but had they whistled the play dead before it actually got underway or as it got underway?
Well, I know the hat foul was well after the play.
The ball is marked at the Commerce 33-yard line, which would have been a gain of 8 yards. So let's...
You could see the ref throwing the hat, too. He threw it like going like, man, what is wrong with you?
Sportsmanlike conduct against Winnsboro. And a player is ejected.
Hey, we did get an ejection. How about it?
Another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Winnsboro. So there are 2.
That was probably the same one, and he got ejected for the second one. And that was probably... It was an odd order.
I think I have seen more players ejected, and they've all been on the opposing team, as far as I can recall.
Like I said, either Commerce must be good at taunting. Not the foul taunting. I mean, like going, hey, man, your feet stink. What? What do you mean my feet stink? Oh, I'm going to get you, man. I'm going to get you. Something like that. I don't know.
There's something is in the water or in the air or whatever, but we've seen more than the normal share of that this season. We're still waiting to see this penalty being walked off. This is, of course, pretty much academic at this point, and they're still milling around on the field here, having some conversation. Our referee, as we told you, Jerry Riley, he indicated 2 separate personal foul penalties. Now he's going through the motions again and again.
Yeah, same thing.
He says
he reiterated
unsportsmanlike conduct times 2.
And it was on the same player, so the second one's the ejection.
Yeah, they're walking 30 yards off here. All the way back to the 29-yard line in Winnsboro territory. So those other scores that I was talking about, I'm very surprised that Raines has given Mineola the game that they are. 28-26 late in the game. Mineola ahead by 2 points after the Tigers beat Raines by, 35 points?
Yeah.
Last week? Don't know what to make of Mineola right now. 3rd down and I don't know how much.
Well, I think Mineola is missing one of their key players. Pendergrass.
Oh, is that right?
Pendergrass. One of their main players. Yeah, the sideline-to-sideline guys, Terry and Grant, were talking about it in the pregame. And so they were talking about Commerce's road to the playoffs, and that was winning tonight. And then you have Mineola left. And they're going, you don't know if he'll be back.
John Mark Mineola now leads Raines 35-26 with 6 minutes left to go in regulation.
But Mineola just beat Winnsboro by a point.
This is 1st and 43 for Winnsboro. Now they take a knee, and that's going to do it. That is going to be the final snap, and it's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
50-22 will be the final. And the players will do the traditional march down the 50-yard line, shake hands, and say good game. And hopefully we will have no more incidents. I see there's a conversation taking place over on the far side. I presume that is between Winnsboro head coach Josh Finney and the referee Jerry Riley. That conversation lasted for a few seconds and seemingly ended on good terms there. 50-22, the final. Winnsboro over Commerce. This is Tigers football on 88.9.
Support for KETR comes from its members and from Cypress Bank, offering both deposit and loan products, including checking, online banking, ATMs, and the Cypress Check Card. Family financial centers located in Commerce, Mount Pleasant, Pittsburgh, and Lone Star. Equal housing lender and member FDIC.
You guys on the fence about the
Find
COVID
more information at
vaccines?
They made it so
cypressbanktx.com.
quick.
I get it. It's an important decision. It may help to know that these vaccines were the most tested in history.
Yeah, but don't the shots give you COVID-19?
No, none of the vaccines contain the live virus, and it's impossible to get it from the vaccine.
And the side effects.
Some people have a strong reaction, but the symptoms are less severe than actually getting COVID-19. Ask questions. Get the facts.
Visit AHA.org/vaccine. A message from the American Hospital Association.
Next time on The Pulse, Dave Zaz was president of a hospital in North Carolina when he himself became a patient.
I realized how lonely and cold the hospital can be, especially at night.
And it made him wonder, could hospital-level care be provided in patients' homes?
Outside of the walls of the hospital.
It's an idea that's gaining momentum.
Sunday afternoon at 2 on 88.9 KETR.
If you're looking for a way to truly help children in need, become a CASA volunteer. CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocate. It means that you'll represent the best interest of a child in need in court. You'll work with attorneys and social workers to make sure that child is safe in the foster care system. You won't be a foster parent, but you will be a voice making a real difference at a critical turning point in his or her life. Because every child deserves a chance, and that chance is you. Volunteer today at becomeacasa.org.
Sponsored by Texas CASA.
Winnsboro 50-22 winners over the Commerce Tigers here at A&M Commerce Memorial Stadium and Ernest Hawkins Field tonight. And Winnsboro outscores Commerce in the second half 34-8. Kevin, so that tells the story of the game as well as the actual final score itself. So just pretty much a total domination in the second half by the Red Raiders. And I think I came into this game thinking Commerce had a real chance to win over the Red Raiders based on what we'd seen last week and really the week before with Commerce, and then what I've seen from Winnsboro of late. This is a much stronger performance by Winnsboro here tonight than I expected. Very impressive on both sides of the ball to me tonight.
Whoa. Sorry, I was setting up a side camera for us there.
Kevin will have some stats for you here shortly on their, in particular, their rushing totals and their total offense tonight and how much offense they allowed the Tigers. Just run through real quickly the major plays in the ball game, the scoring plays. Winnsboro gets out on top on a 10-yard run by Zeb Fulmer at the end of a 62-yard 12-play drive. That was the first drive of the game, opening possession for Winnsboro. Extra point by Diego Rodriguez was good, 7-0 Winnsboro. Tigers forced a punt for the second time, and they got a very good punt from Emmanuel Castillo down to the Winnsboro 10-yard line, but the Red Raiders
it didn't matter a lot. 90
yards in 9 plays. And Kyler Finney, the quarterback, got the touchdown on a 1-yard run. Kick good, 14-0 Winnsboro with 11:40 left to go in the second quarter. Tigers give it up on downs. Winnsboro attempts a fake punt, and they give Commerce the ball at the Winnsboro 32-yard line. Tigers took advantage of that, and that really kind of gave them a shot in the arm.
Oh, yeah.
As they got in for the touchdown on a touchdown pass from Darren Beal to Ashton Seal, 18-yard touchdown. However, the extra point was blocked, actually blocked twice. The first extra point was blocked, but there was a penalty. Commerce tried the extra point again, and Winnsboro blocked it again. And Isaiah Amond picked it up and returned it for 2 points. So rather than it being a 14-7 game, now it's a 16-6 game. 10-point lead for Winnsboro with 5:04 left to go in the second quarter. Then a fumble recovery by Carlos Aubrey for Commerce. Big break. Tigers start at the 31-yard line. They go 69 yards in 9 plays, their best drive of the night. On 4th and 10, they got a touchdown pass out of the Wildcat from Deshaun Jackson to Ashton Seal. 30-yard touchdown pass on 4th and 10.
Pretty. That was pretty.
Beautiful play. That was definitely the play of the night for Commerce. And Deshaun Jackson, the 2-point conversion run to make it 16-14 at halftime. So feeling pretty good at halftime. But then in the second half, Winnsboro just comes out and shows who's the boss. Is on the first possession of the second half, the Red Raiders go 76 yards in 10 plays. Kyler Finney, the quarterback, 1-yard run. Extra point, no good, 22-14. Winnsboro leading. And then the kickoff. That was a key play.
Yes.
Kevin, the kickoff over the heads of the Tiger return man. And they had to chase it down back at the 4-yard line. Ball just kind of landed at the 4, actually, and you thought that it was going to go ahead and roll into the end zone, but it just died at the 4. And Commerce lucky to cover it at that point. And then on the second play of that possession, they get the interception by Rance Brown as he outfought one of the Tiger receivers for the ball and returned it 6 yards for a touchdown. Again, the kick was no good, but it was 28-14. Winnsboro with 5:55 left to go in the third quarter, and they were off and running at that point. Tigers give it up on downs. Winnsboro goes 80 yards in 12 plays as Creighton Klicka gets a 1-yard touchdown run. Hayden Deaton catches a pass for the 2-point conversion, 36-14, end of the third quarter. Winnsboro gets a 26-yard run by Ray Soto at the end of a 74-yard 9-play drive to make it 44-14. Early in the fourth quarter, Tigers got their only touchdown. That was a beauty. Only touchdown of the second half, a 49-yard run out of the Wildcat by Deshaun Jackson with 7:30 to go in the ball game, and then Carlos Aubrey ran it over for the 2-point conversion to make it 44-22 at that point, Winnsboro. And then they get one more touchdown on a 4-yard run by their fullback, Caden Finney, who was ejected from the ball game there at the end.
No, that wasn't Caden Finney.
That was not Caden Finney. I'm sorry that I said that then. Who was it?
I'm sorry. It was Caden Finney. It wasn't Zeb Fulmer. I was getting them mixed up.
Okay.
84 and 44.
Okay, right.
Yes, Caden Finney, the coach's son. Was the one.
So 4-yard touchdown run. The pass was no good for the 2 points. 50-22 with 4:30 left to go in the ballgame, and that was the final score. So, Kevin, I would think that total offense is just total domination, as we've been saying, for Winnsboro.
Commerce wound up with 235 yards. Deshaun Jackson, really not that good of a night, 63 yards and a touchdown. Kendrick Greer wound up with 83 yards, but 63 of it came on one pass, and Beal just did not have a good night. 4 completions on 18 attempts, and that included that pick 6 as well. Ashton Seal had a fantastic night receiving. Two receptions, 48 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he did a pretty good job. But Winnsboro Red Raiders, 548 yards of total offense, 462 yards of rushing, 6 touchdowns. Klicka had 165 yards and a touchdown on 18 carries. Fulmer had 114 yards and a touchdown on 18 carries, but he also had 2 fumbles. Ray Soto had an outstanding night that he kept picking up momentum. He had 11 carries, 137 yards, and a touchdown. And Finney, the younger, wound up 4 of 8 for 53 yards through the air.
Turned myself off there, so I think you said this, but I was otherwise occupied. Winnsboro had how many yards total offense?
548 yards.
So how much for Commerce?
237.
Okay.
Some thereabouts.
Yeah.
255.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
Commerce had 180 yards on the ground and 75 in the air.
Okay. All right. Well, Commerce Tigers now 3-6 for the season, and they will be 2-4 in district play. Winnsboro now will be 5-4 for the season, and they will be, what will they be? 3-3, I believe, in district play now. Yeah, 3-3. And they will be tied with Bonham for 4th place in the district. Next week, the Tigers travel to Wood County to close out the regular season versus the Mineola Yellow Jackets. And the kickoff will be at 7:30 and will be on the air shortly after 7 p.m. Tomorrow, the A&M Commerce Lions host an important Lone Star Conference game versus UT Permian Basin, and that'll be broadcast on KETR starting at 3:30 with the kickoff at 4. Kevin, any last thoughts here before we wrap it up?
It really was that pick six. I think Commerce was dug out of a hole there at the end of the first half and were able to pick up some momentum. Winnsboro came out, established themselves with a long, sustained drive for a touchdown to begin the second half. But Commerce, to have a chance, had to do something kind of spectacular, gain some momentum, and they had a chance to go 96 yards for a touchdown, do something there. Instead, the worst thing possible that could happen did, and Edge was downhill from there.
Yeah, 50-22 the final, Winnsboro over Commerce. Thanks to our producer, Ryan Fulkerson, and the big Friday night scoreboard with Ryan and Jared Knight continues now on KETR. So for Kevin Jeffries, this is John Mark Dempsey. Thanks for listening to Commerce Tigers football.
Hi, I'm Tony Morris. Join me each week here on 88.9 KETR for Classical Guitar Alive. It's an hour of great music with guitar, and you'll hear interviews with many of the world's leading performers and composers. That's Classical Guitar Alive, Sunday night at 11 on 88.9 KETR.
Want to reach more than 10 counties and 500,000 potential listeners here in Northeast Texas with your business services? Contact us for a customized, affordable sponsorship option for your business or organization. Reach out to support@ketr.org.
New message.
Your social security number has been suspended. If you do not contact us, your account will be deactivated.
Scammers are aggressive when they contact a potential victim. Social Security Administration employees will never threaten you for information or promise benefits in exchange for information. In those cases, the call is fraudulent and you should just hang up. Don't provide any personal or financial information to these thieves. Call the Social Security Fraud Hotline at 1-800-269-0271.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KTR comes from Bedco, the Bonham Economic Development Corporation, and the City of Bonham. Bedco is partnered with the Fannin County Workforce Center, offering job and career opportunities. Info at 903-640-0222 or workforcesolutionsTexoma.com.
Support for KETR comes from its members and from Cypress Bank, offering both deposit and loan products, including checking, online banking, ATMs, and the Cypress Check Card. Family financial centers located in Commerce, Mount Pleasant, Pittsburgh, and Lone Star. Equal housing lender and member FDIC. Find more information at cypressbanktx.com.
Friday night scoreboard program right here on your station, 88.9 KETR. I'm Ryan Fulkerson, joined in studio by Jared Knight. And of course, it was sadly a very unfortunate night for the Commerce Tigers as the Winnsboro Red Raiders came to town and they left with a final score of 50-22 on senior night at Memorial Stadium. Jared, how's it going tonight?
So far, we're definitely looking at some finals rolling into the scoreboard center, and I tell you, we are excited to pass those along to you. I've got two games, Ryan. This is the first time in a while we've got two games left on the big Friday night scoreboard where we actually, what has happened in the past is we've had our game going later and later into the evening. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you're following along on the big Friday night stream, which is happening online at KETR. It's going to be at facebook.com/KETR radio, or you can also find us on the YouTube. Well, you can see the final scores across the top of the screen up there and right above Ryan's head. That's a good spot to keep the big Friday night scoreboard. That's right. You're pointing right at it. Yeah, you can already see right there.
It's right.
There's the Detroit Bulls game right there. That score. Yeah, you can see it. So that helps all the radio listeners.
Yes, like all of the visual people
want to know what the scores are. Come on. Yeah, we got some finals to pass along this evening. I've got them right now. Actually, I just want to let you know the two games we're waiting on right now here in the Scoreboard Center. With a minute 41 left to go in regulation, Mineola leads Rains right now 42-32. That's 42-32, Mineola over Rains with under 2 minutes left to go in regulation. With 6 minutes left to go, the Bonham Purple Warriors are leading the Howell Bulldogs 60-27. That one may have already ticked over into the final category, and we just haven't been updated. If you'd like to update us, you're welcome to do that. You can pick up the phone and call 800-882-KETR. That's 800-882-5387, and let Ryan know that these scores have gone final. We'll mark them, but otherwise we've got final scores to pass along, and I'd like to start doing that right now, Ryan, if that's all right with you.
It's actually unacceptable. We have some other things to talk about.
No,
I'm kidding.
Well, you go to bed.
There's nothing else to talk about.
Winnsboro beats Commerce tonight 50-22. The Raiders over the Tigers. That was senior night in Commerce. It didn't go well for the team, but I'm sure it went well for the seniors. They're still going to play one more road game in the regular season. But this was, I think, the what would have been the final home game. Unless there's a postseason, would have been the final home game for the Commerce Tigers. Rockwall, number 14, Rockwall Yellow Jackets beat the Mesquite Horn Jaguars tonight, 52-26, the final score. The Union Hill Bulldogs beat the Fruitvale Bobcats tonight, 58-7, the final. Leverett Chapel Lions beat the Indians of Campbell tonight, 56-7. That one went final a while ago. The Tioga Bulldogs defended home against the Tom Bean Tomcats. The final score, Tioga 70, Tom Bean 0. Looks like Goldberg beat Fannondale tonight. The Bears over the Falcons, 51-6, the final score. The Greenville Lions defeated the Falcons of North Forney tonight, 24-14, the final score. Rockwall Heath, number 6, Rockwall Heath Hawks tonight. They beat Tyler Legacy, 49-27 was the final score in Rockwall this evening for that game. Let's see, Ennis, number 4, Ennis comes to Royce City and leaves victorious, 48-20, Ennis over Royce City this evening. The Forney Jackrabbits beat the Sulphur Springs Wildcats 37-28. That game happened in Sulphur Springs this evening. Let's see, Farmersville and Community. This one went to overtime. There was one overtime played. Community comes out victorious. 43-35 was the final overtime score there. Let's see. Quinlan Ford beats Caddo Mills tonight. Quinlan Ford, we talked, there was some chatter there with Grant and Terry earlier before tonight's football games got underway. There was some chatter about how Quinlan Ford leads the nation in rushing yards this season. I can tell you that Caddo Mills Foxes led the game until midway through the third quarter. There was a lead change in the third quarter. Quinlan Ford comes out on top, and the Ford Panthers beat the Foxes of Caddo Mills tonight 39-36. That's a 3-point difference. So Caddo Mills, I think, felt like they had a chance all the way till the end. But sometimes that's how things go, That's the way football go.
The cookie crumbles, or so they say.
The Raiders of Sunnyvale beat the Wills Point Tigers tonight, 49-0 was the final score out of Wills Point this evening. Pleasant Grove beats Liberty Ilo. It's 31-8, the Hawks over the Leopards. The Gilmer Buckeyes, the number 2 Gilmer Buckeyes, beat the North Lamar Panthers tonight, 56-6. Mount Vernon beats Pottsboro tonight, 37-14, the Tigers over the Cardinals. Bell's Panthers beat the Whitewright Tigers tonight, 57-12, the final. The number 2 Gunter Tigers beat the Lone Oak Buffaloes tonight, 77-15. That final score out of Gunter this evening. The Leonard Tigers beat S&S Consolidated Rams tonight, 56-14 was the final. Alba Golden Panthers beat Honey Grove 20-13 over the Warriors of Honey Grove. Cooper Bulldogs beat Como Picton this evening, 40-12, the final. The Wolf City Wolves fall to the Celeste Blue Devils this evening. The Celeste Blue Devils win 38-14 over the Wolves of Wolf City. James Bowie Pirates beat the Cumbie Trojans tonight, 36-12, and the Quinlan Bowles Hornets beat the Detroit Eagles tonight, 41-27. 16 was the final score this evening. A couple finals we're still waiting on. We still got out there, and I'm checking. Oh, they've all gone final. Let me update us right now.
Hot off the presses.
Do you have the scores there? Can you update?
Did you give me the numbers?
Bonham says, let's wrap it with the same score, 60-27. Bonham Purple Warriors over the Howell Bulldogs tonight. A final score. Bonham wins 60-27 over Howell. And now Mineola victorious over Rains. Same score final, 42-32. The final score out of Emory this evening. The Mineola Yellow Jackets beat the Rains Wildcats tonight. 42-32 is the final score out of Emory. And Mineola Yellow Jackets, that's who the Tigers have on the dance card next weekend, next Friday night. And we'll be broadcasting that game right here on 88.9 KETR FM. By the way, if you're not doing it, you absolutely could be streaming this broadcast right now on your desktop.
Yes.
On your smart telephone,
your intelligent telephone.
Yeah, if your phone can do math, it can probably find 88.9 KETR. You can go to ketr.org. You can also make your way over to facebook.com/KETR radio. We got a stream going right there for now. We will be wrapping the stream up here shortly, but we can run down these finals a little bit later on. If you've got something you want to report from the game that you were at and you'd like to participate on tonight's broadcast, of course you can do that by picking up the phone, your intelligent phone, or any phone. You can even use the dumb phone connected to the wall if you want.
That's true.
And you can call 800-882-KETR. That's 800-882-5387. 800 Tubjets. And you can participate in the broadcast this evening on the Big Friday Night Scoreboard program. There was a late in the game. I know we're not going to discuss it much.
Okay.
Because it's not our business. It's not our...
I think I know what we're getting to here.
I was just going to say it was a late in the game, some chippiness.
Yeah, there was, not to get into too much detail with it, but
right.
There was some serious unsportsmanlike conduct that happened there late in the fourth quarter where you almost even... Oh! Well, look at this. The phone lines are lighting up. We can talk about this later.
When we say call, then they do.
88.9, caller, you're on the air.
To cancel forwarding.
Okay, get the next line. Next line.
Forwarded.
There is no next line. All right. Well, caller, if you were the one on the phone, then why don't you
for the first time this season someone called.
Seems another line is ringing. Let's try to pick this one up.
Yeah.
88.9.
Grab the next one right after that.
Anybody there? Nope. Well, so is
they
the
really don't want.
So is the way of the world. If that was you on the phone,
yeah, call us back right now. We'll answer it. He'll be better at it this time.
I'll be better. I'll do better this time.
800-882-KETR. That's 800-882-5387. 800-882-KETR, and the phone lines are open here on the Big Friday Night Scoreboard program. By the way, this is sports programming on a public radio station here in Northeast Texas. What that means is that we actually produce this along with so many other programs, and we purchase and share for you
the phone rings
so many
again.
other programs, and you can contribute by going to ketr.org and clicking the donate button at the top of the page.
88.9, caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you about the Leonard score. Y'all heard it?
Well, we have one, but we want to hear yours.
55-14.
That's
Leonard won that.
I had 56. Is 56 not right?
I think 56 is right. Yeah.
Okay, 56-14. The Tigers over S&S Consolidated. Were you at that one?
Yeah, I was.
And how was it? Was it an interesting game? The score makes it kind of look like the Tigers ran away with it. Was it a good game anyhow?
Tigers was up 21, and it looked like it was just going to really be bad, as bad as they wanted it to be. But they picked up a couple fumbles, run one back to the 4 and scored. Then they threw a long pass, and we had in the second quarter, we had a 21-14 game.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's close.
So, anyway, Leonard's pretty pretty hard to stop unless you really got some talent against them. And S&S just really not their best year, you might say.
Right.
So that's about all there was to it at the end, where Leonard substituted a little bit, but a little bit worse, I guess.
Well, that's what, it kind of exercises other guys that are deeper in the bench so that they have an opportunity to get out there and play a little bit too. Once you get a runaway lead, you can kind of do that. Make sure everybody gets a chance to play.
So Leonard's got Whitewright left, and that's then see where they're going in the playoffs. They'll be in the playoffs regardless, but I think they probably have a pretty good shot at Whitewright, but that's a big rivalry, so you don't know.
Well, I can tell you, Whitewright falls to Bells tonight. Bells wins that one 57-12. The Panthers over the Whitewright Tigers this evening, so you just never know.
I heard that one, and Bells is pretty good. They really are. I think them and Leonard had a 36-29 game, something like that.
But we'll find out next week. We'll be watching that one.
And Leonard had one like that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and keep our finger on that one. We sure appreciate you calling in.
And give your report, sir.
I said I sure appreciate you calling that one in. I hope you'll do it again next week.
Well, I hope we can get another win, then we'll see where we're going in the playoffs.
Awesome. Thank you very much for calling in, sir. You have a great night.
Thank you. You too. Enjoy, y'all.
All right. 800-882-KETR. That's 800-882-5387. 800 Tub Jets if you want to participate on the Big Friday Night Scoreboard program, be a part of the broadcast, the simulcast, the stream, whatever else.
This is a multimedia venture now.
It is, and it kind of looks I'll just tell you the way we're arranged, Ryan, on the screen. And if you're listening along on the radio, I'm going to do my best to describe what's happening here because I think it's important to note that Ryan sits in front of a giant audio console. It's a big board. It's got lots of buttons and switches on it because he's the most technically apt person to be able to handle all that. And so that's what Ryan typically does. And then the way that I'm superimposed, there it is. You could see it if you're watching. And the way that I'm superimposed there briefly until Ryan, we started looking at that. It's me. I'm popping out of it like some sort of strange Jack in the Box. I am popped out of it like some kind of a Jack in the Box, like crawling out of the board here. It's honestly strange looking, and I'm telling you that because I think it's worth the view. If you get a chance to pop over to Facebook.com/KETR Radio, then you might have an opportunity to see just exactly what it is that we're talking about. But yeah, there was a long time, Ryan, whenever we refused to let people see what was going on the inside of the studios. Now, if you ever visit KETR's facilities at 1500 Education Drive in Commerce, and you're able to come into the building, which means it's a Monday through Friday and the doors are unlocked because this is an academic building, so there are classes and teachers and students and so forth that happen upstairs, and this is also a business office on the first floor in the east wing. You can actually get through there and see, and through the hallway, that's all glass right there, right? Like you can see all the way to the hallway, almost from where you're sitting, all the way to the back door into the big fancy courtyard that we have.
This is true.
Here at Randolph Benyon Hall on the campus of Texas A&M University Commerce. But I say that only to say that if for folks who don't come and visit KETR, the physical space here, who've never put their forehead on the glass and left their face marks on the glass, their cheek marks and their nose and their
fingerprints and whatnot.
Yeah, they may not have seen what it looks like as we oftentimes look like animals in cages here at 88.9 KETR. But you're welcome to do that. What I'm saying is with the online stream at Facebook.com/KETR Radio or on YouTube, if you search KETR FM, then you can kind of see inside what it is that we're doing. It's a little bit of inside baseball, but I guess inside Friday Night Football?
Yeah, it's inside football.
Yeah. So if you want to see that, you can do that. We've got final scores all over the scoreboard. We're going to run them down here in just a couple of minutes, but you are tuned to the big Friday night scoreboard program right here on your station. This is 88.9 KETR.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KTR comes from Bedco, the Bonham Economic Development Corporation, and the City of Bonham. Bedco is partnered with the Fannin County Workforce Center, offering job and career opportunities. Info at 903-640-0222 or workforcesolutionsTexoma.com.
The average time a resume spends on an HR manager's desk is 7 seconds, and most of them are tossed aside. Now imagine if one of those resumes belonged to Yasmin, who was
living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
We rely so much on a resume, yet it could never tell the full story of someone who
had to be independent and take initiative. And that's how I handle every project I get.
Discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org. Brought to you by Grads of Life and the Ad Council.
Support for sports broadcasts on 88.9 KETR comes from Commerce Edward Jones financial advisor Lauren Laddig. Edward Jones can help community members understand how retirement assets fit into a larger retirement picture and develop plans to be retirement goals. Lauren is at 903-246-3480. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Programming on KETR is made possible by listeners like you and by Cypress Bank. Managers Eddie Smith and Robin Alexander are available to assist with deposit and credit needs at the Commerce branch. Other branch locations include Mount Pleasant, Lone Star, and Pittsburgh. More information at cypressbanktx.com, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.